We are hosting a gym leader tournament. This is a special tournament where every single person that signed up was forced to use one single type. So you have your all fire type trainers, you have your all ghost type trainers, all flying, all that shenanigans there. That will be what we do today. Welcome in, everybody. Greninja Master says, hey, what's up, Greninja Master? Chat, big shout out to Greninja Master. He was the mastermind behind making this stream, making this tournament even possible in the first place. So big flowers, big shout outs to Greninja Master. I'm about to send a ping in my server real quick, letting everybody know that it is stream time. All right, let's do this. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Rowan says, hello, Rowan Elmos, hello. Shout out to Rowan, everybody. Rowan was actually another really important person in letting this tournament be possible. She was testing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff as it goes. So big shout outs to Rowan as well. Let's get some music going, guys. Much better. Now we got some jams in here. All right, so first let's just talk a bit about this tournament. Let's talk a bit about this tournament. That's my team. That's spoilers. Chat. All right, boom. As we can see right here, hosting a practice where you get to be a gym leader. I've been talking about this all week. There's been this really fun and awesome thing I've been letting the Pokemon team know about it, and it's this all types. This gym leader tournament where you pick one type, you make a team of 6 out of it, and you run it. You play some awesome games in the server. The big idea of it is getting practice in this really fun format. You get to have a fun time. You get to use some silly Pokemon you don't usually get to use because maybe you want to pick a really weird flying type, or you want to pick a really weird poison type that you don't usually get to see in tournaments, but now you get to play them. I am really excited, and the team I have for this personally is super cool. About like 20 players total signed up, and so we have a ton of different types, a ton of different players, but this is what my team's looking like, everybody. This is what my team is looking like. You know, actually, look, this graphic is fine. Let's pull up the game here. This is what the team is looking like. As you can see, there are a couple Pokemon that you don't get to see that often, but one of them especially is Gyarados here. Gyarados is here for a very specific reason, a very nuanced reason. The rest of the team, it is so offensive. We need a Pokemon that can just sit there, take at least a couple attacks, and make the game easier for everyone else to play. The Thunder Wave plus Waterfall combo is one of the most classic annoying combos to face. If you get Thunder Waved and you're getting spams like Waterfall and Rock Slide by Aerodactyl, you're not moving. You're just not moving. But you know, this is a key tank for the team, Also here, we have a pretty uncommon set on Dragonite here, the Life Orb Inner Focus set. You don't see Life Orb Inner Focus too much. There was a little bit of talk about it when Reg B came out for a couple weeks, but it is not really that common of a set. And you have Earthquake. Earthquake, of course, you don't really see on Dragonite that often, because if you want to pick Earthquake, if you want to pick a ground and dark type, a ground and dragon type Pokemon, just pick Garchomp. But we have 6 flying types. Like, come on. If you're not going to use Earthquake on the team of 6 flying types, I don't know what you're doing. The main mon says yellow. Yellow main mon! Yellow! We are going to be playing in this super awesome tournament where everyone is their own little gym leader. I'm the flying type gym leader. I don't know how many flying type gym leaders there are total. There might be a couple, but it's going to be so much fun. Continuing with the team here, we got Corviknight. Corviknight and Staraptor were 2 Pokemon I was deciding between. I was really not sure on for a while because they both had a similar idea of get in there, start buffing your defenses in some kind of way, do a ton of damage, and recover your HP over and over and over. I ended up choosing Corviknight because Staraptor's typing is a little bit awkward with this team. I really need a Pokemon that can just like resist ice type moves that isn't just Charizard. Spoiler alert, we have Charizard, shocker, but Corviknight ended up being the bird I would trust in for this tournament run. We also here got Vivian. Vivian is a Pokemon that's starting to pop up a fair bit on rain teams. The Sleep Powder is super difficult for a lot of opponents to deal with. Sleep in general is just so good in this format. I'm ready to put some Pokemon to sleep, and I'm ready to redirect some attacks away and let our attackers just go ham. Now finally, the last 2 Pokemon, these are cult classics of the, not cult classics, just classics of the Pokemon Regulation MB form. We got Aerodactyl here with the very standard moveset. Both of your common stab attacks are Dual Beam, Beam, Rock Slide. You got White Guard, Tailwind. White Guard super important because you can block the Rock Slides that are annoying for this team. You can block the Blizzards that are annoying for this team. All that good stuff there. And Charizard is Charizard. Let's do this, everyone. Our opponent has been at the seams for this match, and I've been ready to. Let's flippin' do it. I'm just gonna let my opponent here, Zoe, know that I am ready. There is what match is going on? I'm pretty sure there's 7 matches total, 7 or 8 matches total happening right now, which is just a lot of fun. We got a lot of people in here, and I'm fighting Mono Fairy. I am very happy to be fighting this team, chat. The reason is I actually prepared a couple unique texts for this matchup here. So right quick, everybody, I'm gonna just adjust some of the music real quick. But if there is one matchup, chat, where it is amazing to have a steel type bulky Pokemon, it is going to be this one. We got Corviknight against 0 Pokemon that can hit it for neutral stab damage. 0. Nada, not a single one. And I'm looking at their Poke Paste here. The only way they have to hit me super, they don't have any way. No, actually, they have Mystical Fire. They have Mystical Fire. They literally only have Mystical Fire, chat. So this is going to be what is known as a Corviknight showcase. We're going to be doing our best to put this Pokemon in position to shine, everybody. Now we gotta think about the rest of the team. One Pokemon we're not bringing for sure is Dragonite. I'm good. Good on Dragonite for this one, I can't lie. I am going to be wanting Tailwind to begin things, but I also want my Charizard at the same time. What I think could be strong is a lead of... Let's lead very offensively and have Tailwind in the back to clean up. We also have Sleep Powder in the back as another option. They're likely to lead Whimsicott, and having Charizard out means we're going to force that Whimsicott to sash pretty darn early, which I am a big fan of. Chat, just double checking. There's game audio for you guys, right? Yeah, there's game audio. Okay, good. I just want to make sure all that is good. Yeah, okay, nice. So Tinkaton, Ninetales lead. Pretty solid for us here, if I do have to say. One thing worth noting, though, is they have that fake out, so they're likely going to fake out either my Charizard or my Tinkaton here. I see that their Tinkaton itself has Encore, so I don't necessarily want to protect, and that combined with them having, like, literally all of their moves except for Blizzard right now are resisted by my team, so I want to take advantage of that by clicking both attacks, and clicking double attack here means that I won't get Encore the turn after. So we're going to turn off the Alolan Ninetales Snow. Fake Out's going to go into my Corviknight here, which means that we're going to get off this Heat Wave shortly. Let's see. They're just going to go for Aurora Veil, but as we see, the Snow being off means that we get this Heat Wave for free. The Aurora Veil is denied, and that is a double one-hit knockout. I am super hyped to see that. I am super hyped to see that. Very cool. All right, we're gonna see the back Pokemon for this opponent here. Let's see what they got. Gonna be Sylveon alongside Floette. So it looks like the opponent's idea here involved setting up Aurora Veil and trying to sweep with their Sylveon under Floette. That's worth noting. Now, I actually calced my Corviknight to outspeed Sylveon with 32 speed. So basically, as long as the Sylveon is not Jolly, which is not, it cannot outspeed my Corviknight. Plus, it also has enough attack to one-hit KO most Sylveon builds. So I'm confident in going for an Iron Head into the Sylveon and going for a Weather Ball into this Follette. Now granted, right, this is a timid Follette, so it could go for a Light of Ruin, but me having two Pokemon here that resist their fairy type attacks makes this still pretty okay. And yeah, we do see the Follette move before the rest of my team. I'm gonna be doing about half here, but my Corviknight and my Zard are both going to be moving before the Sylveon. Plus the Follette chips himself, so Wonder Ball! Go! Nice, nice one, nice one. I see, I like it, I like it, I like it. Oh, chat, I disappeared. Where'd I go? Hello? Oh, I'm alive! Oh, I'm not alive. I'm alive! You guys believe that, chat? I would have just disappeared. Oh wait, that Sylveon moved before my. Oh no, it didn't. Oh, chat. Okay, this is really interesting, right? Remember how I brought up that most Sylveon get KO'd by this Corviknight's Iron Head? This Sylveon living here tells you that this Sylveon is ridiculously bulky, like extremely bulky. This could be like max HP with like a good amount of defense as well. Very interesting. All right, I'm just going to. I'll just win the ball here. Just win the ball here. Let's go. Let's go. Since I'm still alive, thank God. Phew. Phew. Okay, chat, I'm gonna use this brief moment between the games to write down some stuff I noticed about the team. The Corv, and me moving before that Sylveon. They also had Alolan Ninetales alongside Tinkaton. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a Jolly Tinkaton and also a timid Ninetales. I'm not fully sure which between the two are faster. Let me just double check here. But those Pokemon besides Arrow are going to be the speed demons to watch out for. Oh, Alolan Ninetales is definitely faster than this Tinkaton. Never mind. Definitely, undoubtedly faster. A9 Tinkaton. The nice part about writing things down like this, chat, is you're able to play around the things you write down without necessarily having to remind yourself of them 24/7. You just always hanging around Dire Thread? Yeah, the Light of Ruin did quite a lot of damage. Plus that Hybrid Voice as well. Both were resisted, but still. I mean, this Pokemon hit hard for a reason, right? This is one different one. Take care, Greninja Master! Chat, hearts in the chat for Greninja Master. Hearts. I want to see hearts for Gren. He helped make this whole entire thing possible. It's just hearts. Big Freeze says, I need so. Too early for you to play. I feel that, Big Freeze says. Welcome in. Time zones can't be tricky. They can't be tricky. Are you having a good morning so far? How you doing? Alright, so if I'm my opponent and I just had a game like that, I'm immediately thinking about one singular thing, and that is how do I stop this Corviknight or this Charizard? To do that, I would not be surprised if you go Gardevoir here, and then going Gardevoir actually opens up really interesting play for me in the coming turns. There's one thing that's a little bit tricky though, and it's playing around this potential Gardevoir's psychic damage. It could hurt a fair bit, but I don't think it'll hurt like too much. What I want to do here is go Sleep Powder. I want to. Oh, I defaulted. Whoa. I did not want to select that for Pokemon, but I mean, I did want to select Corviknight, so let's hope my resist can carry me through. And yep. They do go Whimsicott Gardevoir because they're trying to stop that Corviknight sweep. So in turn, us going Vivian Zard here is quite strong. What I want to do here is go for Sleep Powder alongside Heat Wave. If they switch into Pokemon here, if they switch into Alolan Ninetales here, I will turn on the sun after they turn on the snow, so that's mostly okay. I want to get damage into both slots here, so I don't want to just weather ball yet. We're gonna see no swaps. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like Moonblast, Mystical Fire maybe. That could be an option, but I will be able to sleep powder before this Gardevoir goes for Mystical Fire into me. They're gonna Mega Evolve. This could be a Mega Mystical Fire. Everything but Psychic right now is resisted by Charizard. Okay, so let's Moonblast into, yep, the Vivian. Takes me to half here. Oh, actually, okay, that's worth noting. The nice connects. The Gardevoir is faster than my Vivian. That is very worth noting. I'm gonna get this Heat Wave off. That's gonna do a ton of damage into both their Pokemon here. We're gonna force up Whimsicott to Sash as well, alongside taking that Gardevoir very low. And they're guaranteed to sleep for at least one turn, which makes going for another Heat Wave very safe here. Writing down more stuff, chat. I love writing stuff. Do you love writing stuff? I love it. It's very interesting that the guard is so fast. Alright, so here, going for Hurricane alongside Weather Ball is a very safe play. They don't have any fire type resistances. Yeah, they don't have any fire type resistances, so. Oh, it's an Ice Weather Ball. Ah. Okay, I didn't think about that. Okay, so they're gonna get this Tailwind as they go down here, which is actually a pretty. This isn't that bad of a trade for them, honestly. You are gonna get pretty good damage into their Mega Pokemon, which is very nice, but not out of the woodworks by any means, and we don't have any Tailwind either. Ice Weather Ball will still do a bit of damage, but definitely like not as much as I would want. So now the question is, how do we not lose a ton of momentum here? I do think it's gonna be a little bit difficult. However, what I could do this turn, I could swap, but I don't think I swap yet. I think actually Rage Powder, because if they go for Moonblast, they won't be KOing my Zard. Now, Ninetales is special attack is not like that. So I think then the play is to go for another Sleep Powder and go for Heat Wave here. It won't be some boosted, so the Gardevoir will live it, but this is still gonna be pretty good damage. Get Neutral Blizzard, get Please Survive. Heat Wave connects on both targets. Very good damage. Gardevoir's gonna narrowly survive there though, which can be scary. That can be scary. But we do have a Pokemon that actually could come in big here for this last turn of, or for this next turn. But it also depends. They're gonna be down to the last two Pokemon, right? So if I stall out their Tailwind, then Corvik's gonna be in a pretty good spot. I resist everything except for Mystical Fire with Corv. So I want to go for Extreme Speed here alongside. We could Tech-Tect. I don't want to protect right now though, because like if the Zard or if the guard stays asleep, then we just take it out right now. The only way it doesn't is if it wakes up this turn and goes for Protect. But I'm okay with risking that. I'll go for Heat Wave as well. Nice, okay, he doesn't go for Protect. Nice. Thank you, Dragon Knights. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna go the hyper voice here. As oh my god, Dragon Knight survives that barely. After the life orb chip, that's really that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I mean, Doey's name is Doey, so like I don't know what I expected. Like that Pokemon is a they're a tank. They have life orb, but they're still a tank after all. So now this end game is pretty good for us. We saw earlier that Iron Head does a ton of damage into Sylveon, not quite getting the 1 KO, but does an absolute ton. So I can combine going for extreme speed and Iron Head here to get this KO most likely guaranteed. Oh my god, 70%! Oh, that was great. Okay. I was getting kind of worried there. I was like, yo, Dragon Knight, what's up with you, buddy? Why did you do that much damage? But that makes more sense now. Yeah, they tried to quick attack, but Extreme Speed does have more priority than quick attack. So even though Sylveon's technically faster right now, it's gonna be moving before it. Oh, alright, GG, y'all, GG. We're gonna win our first set here. Thanks for playing, Zoe. I hope your rounds in the rest of the tournament go well. I hope they go super well. Okay, I'm gonna let them know GG's. That was a pretty fun first round. Oh, I see Roan with 3 soda redeems. I got you, Roan. Well, Roan, actually, I have cookies as well. Okay, here's the thing, Roan. Here's the thing. I don't have soda on me. I do have lemonade. I don't have soda though. I do have lemonade. But what I was thinking, right, as a compromise, is lemonade and cookies combined. It's like 1 cookie, 1 lemonade per soda. Is that a good? That's a good truce. Roan says sure. Hell yeah. W truce, chat. W truce. So that's 3 cookies and 3 lemonade. I have cookies, so yeah, hell yeah. I mean, cookies are amazing, right? Cookies are so good. All right. Ron says you saw some donuts for a donut redeem and cookies are awesome. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a hashtag great point. Great punto. Meow meow meow. Free says, yo! Free says, holy Pokemon tour. Yo, yes. Welcome in, Brick. Welcome to the chat. I'm hosting a mono type tournament, which basically means we're all gym leaders right now. We are all gym leaders. It is so much fun. It's so much fun. We just finished our first set. How you doing? Brick says, you want to know something super irrelevant to Pokemon? Brick, if you're letting me know something, I always want to know it. What's up? What's crack-a-lackin'? Chat, I'm just checking out something real quick, something that Rowan brought up. We're gonna handle that, and we're gonna talk more about our run just in a moment, y'all. Just in a moment, just in like few moments here. Oh, I see. All right, nice, that is handled. Right, Brick says we think the best comp right now is Junior Heavy Stamper Bucket. Good comp in 2 games on it. I don't know, I thought it was really funny. Junior Heavy Stamper Bucket. Oh, Raiders. Oh, you're saying they're good in Raiders too? Okay, that's really funny. That is quite funny. All right. There's more redeems from Road. I'm gonna finish these and then we're gonna talk about our next round, everybody. Ooh, the screen flashed. Chat, I'm gonna block the passer real quick. Boom. That's Pompo. Pompo just blocked the passer for everyone. W Pompo. Right, there we go. Brick says that game is awesome, by the way. When are you gonna switch to in 5 years? Is the system solver no cap? Hell yeah! I mean, that's cool. That's cool that it's a great reason to get a Switch too. All right, very excited for our next round. I'm actually pretty curious on who we are facing. Okay, we're going to be facing off against Annie here. Annie is rocking. Let's see this chat. Gonna be rocking a Steel type team. Oh, that's a very funny name, by the way. Balls of Steel OTS. Very funny name there. Okay. So this is pretty interesting. Klefki with Rain Dance can actually be a little bit annoying for my team, but it's not the worst because we don't really rely on. We don't really rely on Sun to get things done because we're a mono flying team. However, this is a little weird from a typing standpoint, since our main way, right, of hitting Steel types is gonna be fire. But if they leave Klefki, then they're gonna click Rain Dance, and I'm not gonna have fire anymore. I'm gonna have water. There's gonna be water dripping everywhere. So that's gonna be a little bit quirky. They also have Hypercutter on Mobile, so Intimidate not as valuable as I would like here. What I am seeing is really strong though is every single Pokemon on this team is weak to ground. So by getting Dragonite in position to spam the ever-living hell out of Earthquake, we're gonna be in a pretty solid spot, y'all. We're going to be in a pretty solid spot. Alright, let's begin our first round, y'all. Let's begin our first round. I have a pretty decent idea of what I want to lead by nature of Earthquake being so important to this team. I'm also taking a look at this team, and it's very, very slow. They also don't have any... They don't have any Tailwind. They do have Trick Room, but they don't have Tailwinds. What that means is I can click Sleep Powder into Klefki early and use that to get ahead. They do have screens on their Klefki though. They do have the light screen that reflects. Those will not be great for us to deal with, but we can trade pretty positively into the opponents here if we play this well. If I had to predict a lead, I wouldn't be surprised if they go Klefki or Caledon and go for Rain Dance Electroshot early. But we should 2-hit KO the Arcaludon with Sleep Powder. Also, if they go Arcaludon early, I'm going to Sleep Powder that Pokemon first instead of Sleep Powdering the Klefki. The Sleep Powder on Klefki could wait in that case. But if they don't go specifically Arcaludon, I am pretty happy with clicking Sleep Powder into Klefki and an Earthquake. And if they lead anything else I can Sleep Powder, it's pretty smoothly. Yeah, I don't have any like One Berry or anything like that. So for Pokemon in the back, I definitely think do not at any cost bring Gyarados here because they have Defiance and they have Competitive, so it's really gonna boost the hell out of my opponents even if I would technically get a Rain Dance buff. I think Charizard in the back makes sense specifically because we're gonna want Klefki to be cleared out before we start going for that fire type damage. And then I would also say Corviknight makes a lot of sense here. We have a few ways to clear out the Arcaludon with our special damage and with the super effective Earthquake. So having a Pokemon that resists most attacks that my opponents could go for, or is neutral to them, is really good. And then Bulk Up is also very good as well. Plus, Aerodactyl is not the best bring in this matchup because one, they have Trick Room, and two, we're already naturally faster than a fair bit of the Pokemon. So Div plus D-Knights. They're gonna go Klefki Goldango as their lead of choice here. So Goldango, it is threatening my team with that Power Gem right now. I'm thinking a solid play here would be Sleep Powder into the Goldango and then Earthquake. Again, yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that. Chat, I have never seen this in my life. I have never seen a full chart of super effective damage, y'all. This is going to be ballistic. I literally, this is new territory for me. They have to click Reflect here. If they do not click Reflect, they lose the game. Sleep Powder is going, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Goodness gold! I forgot about that, oopsie! Oopsie daisy. That's a pretty big oopsie though, I can't lie. But, I mean, Reflect Earthquake is still gonna be hurting a fair bit. But it does stink a little bit. It stinks a little bit that we won't be doing the sleep like we wanted to. And it's like we'll still hit for pretty good damage there. The thing about this Klefki though is that it has no attacks. And what that means is I can probably go for Rage Powder. Rage Powder won't be effective on Goddess Gold, I hope. I mean, we're pretty clearly seeing here that going for the Sleep Powder into Klefki would have been best, but we're at least going to be able to redirect any sort of Power Gem this turn. It is also worth noting that this Goldango is really fast because it outsped my Vivian that turn before. Goldango. Viv is faster than my Dragonite, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go for Make It Rain there, which does a shit ton of damage. That checks out. Life Orb, Make It Rain is a pretty strong attack. It's pretty decently powerful. One of the stronger attacks you can use. As Earthquake connects, so we're gonna trade them out there. They will have 3 more turns of Reflect, which is worth noting. Actually, there's gonna be 2 more turns to Reflect, 2 more turns. So this is a big prediction moment right now. Something I think would actually be really strong is to go, I would say Corviknight here. No, not Corviknight, not Corviknight. The problem is, right, they're absolutely going to bring out their Arcaludon now that they're in the set and have this chance for a free switch. So I'd say let's hold off on. That's so. Is that not the right item? I think that's the wrong item. Let's hold off on bringing out Corv, and we're going to go Zard first. So redeem by Roan. I got you. Oh, chat. Wait, is it lagging? Chat, is the stream lagging right now? It is lagging. Oh my god. Sorry for not. Hang on, chat. Let me fix that there. No, the stream's fine. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so chat. I'm first going to go for. Let me see. Are you timid? What's your speed stat, buddy? This Arcaludon's a modest nature, so it's probably not gonna be faster than my D-Knight here. I'm going for nice. Chat, you guys saw that? I hope you guys saw that there. The Klefki, it went for Rain Dance again because it expected me to turn on the sun this turn, but I didn't turn on the sun. And what that means is, there we go, watch your shot. What that means is that I can use this next turn to turn on the sun. And I force him to Rain Dance again. Alright, I'm gonna say bye-bye to my Dragonite here. Dragonite did pretty good damage. Not as much as I would have liked this game, and that was largely because I kind of messed up the sleep powder target in the beginning. But this isn't too bad. This isn't like the worst. So we are in a little bit of a weird spot right now, where they can just go for Rain Dance, Electroshock again. This guy is +1 defense right now. We kind of needed that that Earthquake early to KO, but we kind of just have to go for display. I don't like it, but we kind of just have to. Oh, that's a big misinput. Oopsie! Oopsie daisy! I don't have body press on this Pokemon, so we're not gonna be doing the damage we want to here. Yeah, +2 Electro Shot's not gonna be an attack we really want to take right now. Okay, that is worth noting. That is worth noting that our Corp is faster. That's not gonna affect this game too much, but it will affect the second one. Okay. So what I'm thinking next game, if they go the same lead again, going for a Sleep Powder and leading Zard would be the best play. Because turn 1 we can Sleep Powder plus Protect. That forces the Klefki out. And then I can Mega Evolve that turn after and turn on the sun. I think that's the strongest play. Worth noting that their back one was Sylveon, so they were trying to play around my Charizard getting taken down early. Something I could actually consider, since they didn't go King Gambit or Empoleon that game, is Gyarados, and specifically the helping hand on Gyarados. Getting through the Reflect turns is going to be really important, and getting through them unscathed is also really important. To that end, helping hand could be valuable. One of the problems with this team into Mono Steel though is we run out of ways to hit them neutrally really fast. Also, I need to fix my Aerodactyl's attacks because it is supposed to be Ice Fang and not do Wing Beat. But that hasn't came up, and I'm not going to bring Aerodactyl here, but that is very, very worth noting. Yeah, I'm really still liking the Sleep Powder lead though. That with the way Determine the Sun makes a lot of sense here. In terms of hard counters to this, I don't really think you have one, because you have no way to break the Sash quickly. They could have Klefki in the back, but I think that's okay. And then I'm pretty sure Corphe is just gonna have to be the last. I think that Gyarados could be worth bringing into game 3, but it's not doing a huge amount. It does resist the Steel type moves in theory, but there's not that much Steel type moves for them to go for, and they're gonna go the same lead here. So yeah, our flowcharts that we talked about in the pregame is going to be really strong here, between the Sleep Powder plus Protect and then Mega Evolve, Heat Wave, or Weather Ball this turn after. And anything that swaps into the right slot will get slept immediately, which is worth noting. And here we Protect first. One says gym leader fighting gym leaders is funny. Hell yeah. Alright, Light Skin first. Sleep Powder is gonna connect. Thank you. Just double check. Yeah, they don't have One Berry. Yo, if they had the One Berry, I'd be so cooked, but nah. Yeah, Power Gem's gonna force me to Focus Sash. Oh, are we Speed Tied? We might be Speed Tied. Hang on a second. Chat. Either I was hallucinating earlier or we're Speed Tied. No. I was hallucinating earlier. Okay, yeah. We are not Speed Tied by any means here. Protect and Mega Heat Wave here is really strong. We just checked. Are they Akka? I don't think they're Akka. Yeah, they're not Akka. They're Life Orb. Oh, this might actually be a misplay because I don't know if this KOs. No, I don't know if this KOs because I have the light screen up. No, I think that was a misplay. I think I need the Weather Ball there. Never mind! Charizard, I was not familiar with your game. I'm sorry, bro. Alright. My bad, Charizard. My bad. Jesus Christ. Okay, so now we outspeed both of their Pokemon, right? We outspeed both of their Pokemon. Therefore, I want to stop their only way of outspeeding me right now, and that's Sucker Punch. I want to Sleep Powder this turn and go for Protect. If they take out my Vivian, then that's fine. Also worth noting that games 1 and game 2 they brought the exact 4. It's not that uncommon to just bring the same setup in your second game if you won the first, but that is worth noting that they didn't bring KG or Poopy Buttface here. Now you may be wondering who the fuck is Poopy Buttface, and that's Empoleon. There we go. Yeah, they are going to Sleep Powder, or they are going to protect this turn and block my Sleep Powder and just take out the Vivian, which is fine. This next turn, we are in a pretty good position though. Where our best play is going to be Earthquake and Heat Wave. Something worth noting is that this Arcaludon is a very bulky Arcaludon. The reason why I know that is my Corviknight outsped them. And my Corv does have a lot of speed investment, but you're usually not going to see that happen because of just the raw base speed difference between Arcaludon and Corv. So just like this guy likely has just like a lot of bulk. So it's going to Mega Evolve now. Sucker Punch is still going to do a lot of damage. It's not going to 1 KO my Zard, but it will come close, which is worth noting. Never mind. Okay. Well, Heat Wave's gonna whiff the Mawile, which is not very good. We are going to be able to connect the Earthquake. Life Orb Earthquake will still do a lot. Yep. Dragon Balls will probably just take out my Dragonite here. Never mind! Oh my god, my Pokemon are consistently exceeding my expectations. Thank y'all. Arigato. Alright, now we just click the same thing again. I probably will get double KO'd here, which is worth noting. I don't think that changes my lines though. Unless Heat Wave is gonna be a B-word again. Tech, they're trying to stall out this turn of Sun. It might just be Protect spam to try and stall out the Sun, if I had to guess. Ren says, yeah, Yard is super strong. Yeah, literally. One-shotting Dango through White Screen is crazy. Alright, Light Screen wore off, so they're banking on a double-double here. The more scary Pokemon for this is probably Mawile. Sucker Punch is probably just like a 2-hit KO. Like, that's a very devious roll, 87 HP. Okay, they're banking on the Heat Wave whiff. Interesting. Well, Heat Wave did not whiff. Bye-bye! Thank you, Charizard. Thank you. Chat. I went to the North American International Championships, right? The first international championships, the biggest tournament of Pokemon champions so far. I went to the plushies section, and the plushies section is one of the most important points of any competitor's journey. Because that plushie you get can follow you forever. Forever. I was really looking for a Follette plush. I wanted to find a Follette plush because I really love Follette from ZA, and of course I played her in Pokemon Champions and she's broken, so I'm naturally just gonna love her, right? I couldn't find one, but I did find a Charizard Y plush, and I chose to buy it. I chose to buy the Charizard Y plush. It was like 50 bucks. I was okay with that, and it's staring at me right now. I wish I could show you guys the Charizard that's staring at me right now. It's literally staring at me behind me. If I turn around, it's gonna hit me with a Heat Wave in real life. But I mean, hey, the Zard's a good luck charm, right? Good luck Zard. Bro says no full up punch? Yeah, they sold out. They have plushies of pretty much every Pokemon, but if a mod is in more demand than supply, then Are they sold out? That's a literal? Yeah. Like they have plushies of pretty much every Pokemon imaginable, but if they don't have a plushie somehow, the mod is probably just not popular, period. Just like Alchemy, for example, is like super popular, but like so many plushies of Alchemy are sold out. Because that everyone loves Alchemy. Like I love Alchemy, but everyone also loves Alchemy, so it's a little bit quirky. I don't know what this Klefki's speed stat is, but it has Prankster and four status moves, so it doesn't really matter. Mawa is gonna be like the slowest Pokemon in the matchup. Let me just double check something about my speeds. Yeah, D-Knight is slower than both Zard and Charizard. Okay, I'm trying to think of every possible way they could counter my lead from last game. I think your best way is gonna be to protect, swap out Klefki and just try to clean up in the back with Rain Dance later into the game with Arcaludon. And then your goal is to burst down my Zord as fast as you can. I think that has to be your game plan, basically. You could leave the same stuff and just start threatening Power Gem again. I play on an Goldango, so let me think about this. Right now, they are threatening not much. I'm really trying to think of every possible way they could kind of play this right now. I could Heat Wave. Well, I'm going to Weather Ball. They don't have any way of turning on the weather right now specifically. Oh, okay. I'm going to protect this turn. I'm gonna protect this turn. No, I Mega Evolved. Fuck. No, bro. I didn't mean to Mega Evolve. All right, we're gonna have to swap Zard out eventually. This isn't like the worst, but oh god, I did not want to Mega Evolve Zard yet. If they swapped in Klefki there, that could have been like insanely bad. Okay, so what I'm guessing, this is a Power Gem into my Viv. Let's see. Nope. Okay, yeah, they're getting greedy. Okay. I will spam Sleep Powder and Weather Ball so I don't miss. I'm largely okay with this now. They could hard swap Klefki into something, but that something is gonna get blown up. And Vivian is not insignificant risk right now. Yep, we're gonna Sleep Powder first. Nice. Nice. I didn't want to take any chances with a whip because of all the times to whip, that would be like by far the worst, like undoubtedly the worst. So now they're going to swap in Klefki most likely, and my play is to Sleep Powder and then swap out Zard. Like we hard swap Zard here for probably, I think anyone. I don't think we hard swap Dragonite though, because they could spam Ice Beam to the slot. Our Arcaludon's gonna come out now, which is extremely confusing. This tells me that you probably have Klefki in the back, but this could also be Mawile and you're trying to click. I don't even know what you're trying to click. What are you trying to click here? Because you have Electric Shot, but Electric Shot's 2 turns. You have Dragon Pulse, which could do some damage, but not a lot. I think we just Heat Wave. Okay, so that's gonna be a double into Klefki, I'm assuming. Oh, they they might have expected me to quick weather ball. I can respect that because they're trying to play towards their outs here. They're trying to play towards their outs. Let's see. Nice, okay, it connects, it connects. Yeah. I respect the attempt. I respect the attempt from my opponent. Because if I went for weather ball there, then they did have a chance of turning that game around. Is Empoleon is still asleep though. So the play is to go for Sleep Powder alongside Heat Wave again. And they already burnt one of the protects on their Cowdown, so they can't protect from the Sleep Powder now. Yep. Just gonna write down some of the stuff my opponent went for. Yep, Heat Wave, double connect, Sun, no light screen. So much damage. Ren says, I'm not a fan of Goldengo Ditto, to me the crime that is committed is making movie GG mad. I can definitely empathize for someone like Wolfie, because Goldengo's ability is very anti-weird stuff. Like, there's some really important moves that Goldis Gold helps with, like Sleep Powder, for example, as we saw in the first game of the set. But stuff like Perish gets kind of fried by it. Slower strategies in general, like Toxic Stalling, also get fried by Goldengo. It forces very honest play, which I can understand why that's like hard for some Pokemon to deal with. And I also think in Gen 9, there were some pretty crazy times where it was strong. I don't think the Pokemon was ever like broken, but it's just like good ass Mon. Good ass Mon. So you know, good ass Mons, guys. Charizard. Char freaking Zard, guys. Can you believe it? What a great Pokemon. Alright, GG to my opponent. GG. GG. I respect the Klefki bring. I definitely think Klefki in this format's really important. Having Brain Dance is just so important. The problem is that I had specifically Vivian. I think if I didn't have Vivian, that game would be that set would be a lot harder. Right, I'm gonna tell any GGs in that their team is cool. That one was a little bit scary, guys. I mean, once we figured out the plan, we figured out the plan, right? But it took a little bit. It took a little bit. I respect that. I respect that of my opponent. I saw there was a soda routine from Ron earlier. I'm gonna get on that real quick. We were so locked in our game. So locked in. I'm really curious on what everyone's running though. I got to see like little hints and bits of it from just like being an admin, but I didn't want to like hard study anything my opponents were doing because one, I don't know how serious they were taking it, and two, it's just not really fair for them if I like looked at their teams like thoroughly ahead of time. So I'm not fully sure what the scope everybody is running. A lot of stuff is still really surprising to me as well. But I mean, game 1 we fought Mono Fairy, game 2 we fought Mono Steel. I think if you're going to like seriously make a team, those were some of the best types to do it with. Now, actually chat, I have a little bit of a story time. Ron says, I told everyone in the screen chat not to watch you as that would be considered stream sniping for those participating. Like you're saying, like my opponent I'm facing? He's like, if my opponent doesn't watch me, that's fine. But if it's not specifically my opponent, then like, yeah, okay, cool. Like if someone's facing me directly, then like, yeah, that would be cheating. If they're not, then I welcome them to watch. Like if they're just like waiting for the round to end and they just like want to like pull up the stream, like I'll gladly have them in here. But chat, I actually have a bit of a fun story with building for this monotype tournament, I almost ran a completely different team. Like, chat, look at this. Look at this here. I almost ran mono fire with skull villain. So this is just a very noticeably different style of team. For one, we don't have Tamlin, we have Trick Room, right? We have Trick Room on this Armor Rouge, and Trick Room is for our Torkoal. This Torkoal under Trick Room with Extra Belt is going to be doing an insane amount of damage. We still have Charizard though. Granted, chat, I'm not gonna lie, part of the reason why I chose Mono Fire was Charizard, but it was also Delphox. I almost had Delphox on this team, but I was doing a lot of talking with some friends. I'm like, okay, is this team like really the best team I can go? Is this the best chance I could have at winning? And generally we decided, okay, we probably should have Delphox here. Delphox compared to Charizard isn't doing that much unique for us. And it'd be better to just like have Blaziken, because Blaziken can cover stuff that Delphox can't for Charizard. White Guard is just ridiculously essential. I actually would have been really happy to run Mono Fire because I would get to use Armor Rouge, and I think Armor Rouge as a Pokemon is super cool. For reference chat, I actually, at a different tournament, I brought this up earlier, but the North American International Championships, I actually fought, just pull myself up here, name leak, nice, I'm leaking my name, I'm leaking. I actually fought, a Armor Rouge in my first round. In my first round of competition at NAIC, I fought this Armor Rouge team that actually is is a friend of one of my mods in the Discord server. And after I fought them, I was like, dang, Armor Rouge is pretty darn cool. Armor Rouge is a cool Pokemon. Very, very cool. I was asking how many rounds are there? It will be 4 or 5. It depends on how many rounds we can get to before midnight. When there is midnight, I'm going to ask everyone if they want to do a top cut, like the remaining top ranking players in it. But it at max 5 and probably 4. But yeah, I mean, this mod is cool. So we're very close to using Armor Rouge. Why I chose not to though was there was a huge Pokemon that would be a problem for this team. And granted, right, it's mono type, so the meta game is going to be weird. However, chat, I want you all to guess. What is one very popular Pokemon right now that can resist fire type moves and that uses Rock Slide and Earthquake as attacks to hit this team for super effective damage? There's one specific Pokemon right now that's very popular, runs Rock Slide and Earthquake, and resists fire type attacks. To the point where I ran Dragon Pulse on Charizard to potentially try to help out fighting it. That's a big hit right there. Dragon Pulse on Charizard, that's a huge hit for the kind of Pokemon I'm trying to cover here. Chat, I'm gonna drink soda in the meantime. Cookie yummy. Chat, if you guys guessed Guard Jump, you are correct. Guard Jump would have been egregiously difficult for this team to deal with. Granted, we still have some attacks that can help, right? We have Helping Hand on Torkoal plus Solar Beam Skull Villain that can one-shot a charm. Like, that's helpful. But just overall, the Pokemon will be really hard for us to deal with. And after some thought, I realized with a friend, shouts to Ogre Lord, that okay, what if we just ran Mono Flying instead? And the nice part about flying types in general, chat, is that almost every single flying type Pokemon is a dual type Pokemon. Like, you're very rarely going to find a flying type that is not a dual type. And what that means is that even though this is a team of 6 flying types, it doesn't play like a team of 6 flying types. Like, it was actually harder for me to put flying type moves on my Pokemon than easier. Even though this is literally 6 Pokemon that all share that type. Because Gyarados has basically no relevant flying type moves. Charizard has Hurricane, but Hurricane in the sun gets less accuracy, so it makes very little sense to run it. Plus, Solar Beam is just amazing coverage anyway. Aerodactyl here is running Ice Fang to cover for Garchomp. I wanted to run Dual Wing Beat, but I need to answer into Garchomp for this kind of team as well. Dragonite basically has none. You could run Hurricane with the mix set, and like that's fine, but this set is just so much stronger. Vivillon has Hurricane, but I can't really click Hurricane in the sun safely, even though my ability boosts my accuracy. And the Corviknight has Brave Bird. That's like the actual flying type stab. But yeah, it's 6 flying types, but really it feels a lot more like 6 good ass Pokemon just bundled together on the same team. And they have a lot of little synergies with each other. Like the Tailwind enables the Charizard to get more aggressive, enables the team as a whole to get more aggressive. The Sleep Powder is very similar, and we were seeing a lot of plays around the Protect plus Sleep Powder. Not many teams are going to have an answer to Sleep Powder, especially in Mono type. So this combination of Tailwind and Sleep Powder is incredibly disruptive for so many teams to face. And we saw Life Orb Dragonite was really valuable for just like getting that spread damage, clicking Earthquake again and again and again. The E-Speed was helpful as well. Charizard is ridiculous damage. Gyarados is... We haven't really actually seen Gyarados. I picked every mon except for Gyarados at this point. And that honestly makes sense to me. I feel like if you are going to build a monotype team, a monotype flying team in Regulation MB, this 5 just makes a ridiculous amount of sense. Like these are just some of the best flying type Pokemon in the actual game itself. And they pair off of each other really well. So I've been actually pretty hung up on what could be the last Pokemon between Gyarados, between Staraptor, and it was hard. I ended up choosing Gyarados because I think just having an Intimidate Pokemon is helpful for the team in general. You never know when you're going to need to sponge a physical attack, and that's just nice. But this is the most flexible slot, I would say. Like, if VGC ever gets a monotype format, like a gym leader format in, like on Pokemon Showdown, I would really be curious to see what people end up deciding on is the best 6 for this kind of team. Because I would be shocked if one of these 5 don't make it. Maybe Vivillon isn't there, but like I would be shocked if one of these 5 don't make it, honestly. But I think the 6 could definitely be refined. But it says, do make sure your Aerodactyl actually has Ice Wing in game. Great point. Great pointo. I brought up earlier that my Aerodactyl has the wrong attacking move on it. It currently has Dual Wing Beat, but it's supposed to have Ice Fang. So W reminder. Gasvago says, I'm the other flying monotype player. Oh, and I ended up with the Moga with Staraptor. What close team we play against each other? Hey, Gasvago, great to see ya. Wow, Amoga. I mean, Amoga has some Amoga has a couple moves that are like really helpful. I think the typing is actually also really good. I can see how you ended up choosing a Pokemon like Amoga. Like, did you build it? Wait, were you building the team for like to win, or were you building it like kind of like for funsies? Since we kind of had like both of those kind of players in the tournament. So it's like a lot of people are just like, I'm gonna build for fun. I just want to build Pokemon that, you know, I don't get to use that often. And I was also kind of like that as well. Well, I am kind of like that as well. That like I'm really happy to use like Dragonite, for example, since I don't really get to use Dragonite that often. Same with honestly Gyarados as well. But I know there's a lot of other people that are just like, I want to make the best team possible. I'm gonna build with my friends to create a broken ass team to show up to this tournament with. We got the 2 extremes there. But chat. Gas says Charm, Taunt, Voltage, Nuzzle. Yeah! That's what it was, chat. That's what it was. Because, okay, here's the thing. Because I'm happy you brought this up, Gasvago, because like it's so interesting, right? Because when you look for just flying type Pokemon to build around in this format, we just turn off yeah, there we go, so you can see it easier. Like Staraptor just ends up being a really good Pokemon to end up choosing, and building around Staraptor it just makes sense. For reference, guys, actually, funnily enough, there was a high-level tournament called the Victory Road July Challenge that happens, and hilariously enough, Aerodactyl ended up winning that tournament. Like on the same day as Monotype. It made me honestly want to reconsider using Staraptor myself, but Staraptor is like good right now, like really good. Really good. And it honestly doesn't take much to see why. Like contrary with close combat is incredible. Just like clicking one of the strongest fighting type attacks in the game and also increasing both your defenses each time you do it is just a broken combo. But it's like, okay, if you want to enable Staraptor, you're gonna be looking for Pokemon with like moves like Fake Tears, you're gonna be looking for moves like Charm. You're gonna be wanting just like ways to buff it up, basically. But if you try to look for that and you're in mono flying, you are going to find that it's Oyamoka. So it's like if you're trying to set up like this raid boss kind of Staraptor, Amoga is your best Pokemon, which is funny to say because like this Pokemon stats are like, they are not good. They are not good whatsoever. But like the typing is good. You resist electric, or sorry, you're neutral to electric, which flying types really appreciate. You have Charm, which, you know, enables your Staraptor, helps your Staraptor out. Like, if there's a time to use Amoga, this would be the moment. Which is it's so much fun, right? Like this kind of format just forces these really uncommon Pokemon that you just don't see in competitive. They start to have their moment to shine, which is it's just so cool. It's really cool. Ron says my fucking cat sometimes he just decides to bull towards me then sit on you. Then walk in here and you laugh. That's so hilarious. You ready for your French pizza cook? Hell yeah, that sounds flippin' yummy. Gazziga says I'm also using Talonflame alongside Dragonite. Okay. And then you're using Charizard Y, I'm assuming? And Gliscor. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. This is so cool because like I can see the reasons why you would like choose these kind of Pokemon, because like Talon I considered as well, Gliscor I considered as well, but I was really worried about like Dragonite and Gliscor booping a 4 times ice weakness. And granted, right, we're not gonna fight mono ice. Like I would be shocked if anyone even brought mono ice. But what I was worried about, and still kind of am, is Frostlass. Because Mono Ghost is the best type in this format. I didn't end up choosing Mono Ghost because like I didn't really have time to build around it how I wanted to. But like, I am so anxious that if I roll up to the function and then they have like any dual type ice, like I'm just fried. But I like how you have the Talonflame and the Charizard as 2 Pokemon that make it really hard for Ice-type Pokemon to play. Like, it's so hard for them to do what they want to do with that. And technically Staraptor as well. I wouldn't say Staraptor as much because like the good Ice types like are neutral to fighting, but like these 2 definitely help, which I'm a fan of that. All right, everybody. It's time for a round 3. It's time for a round 3, y'all. Let's freaking do it. Let's flipping do it. Anybody Mick West here? Let's go. All right, but first we gotta fix our moves, chat. We gotta fix our moves right quick. Booba gaming, Gotta check the other move ability. It's Venusaur, right? Oh, it's Motor Drive. This Pokemon speed is raised 1 stage if hit by an electric type move. That's pretty cool. Being able to switch into an electric type attack for Zard or for Talon and then getting Puzzle and speed, then that helps with fast Nuzzles or fast Charms. I like that. Fast Hunt as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's fix this move right quick, chat, and we go to our next round. I'm flipping excited. Wow. Now trained and battle ready at the same time, chat. Wow. Chat, I want to be trained and battle ready. That'd be awesome. That'd be freaking awesome. Apparently my joke was so bad that the game reset. Hell yeah. It says I changed the wrong move. Did I take off Tailwind? I definitely took out Tailwind actually. Yeah, I took out Tailwind. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh no, I didn't. I took off Rock Slide. What the fuck? Alright. I'm very glad that you spotted that. Very, very glad. Okay, there we go. Alright. Batoro ikimashou. That's Japanese for let's go. Let us commence forth. Alright chat, while I fill out the room ID and all that, we'll take a look at what the opponents are running. Because that's really important. What the opponent runs affects what our strategy is. Oh! Chat. You gotta believe me on this one. We are fighting Mono Steel again, and it is 5 of the same 6 Pokemon. This is not scripted. This is not scripted. This is randomly generated. Well, not fully randomly generated because it depends on what people's win records are, and this player is 2-0 currently. But another Mono Steel, chats. Wow. Wow. Now there are some differences that are worth noting. For one, this Empoleon has Surf instead of Weather Ball, so it will always have a super effective move into my Charizard. This Klefki still has Rain Dance though, but it does have an attacking move. Which is worth noting if my Vivillon gets sent to Focus Sash. This Lucario has Heal Pulse. They have Lucario instead of having a King Gambit here. It does have Rock Slide, which is worth noting, and it's Jolly. I want to see what speed Jolly Lucario hits because it might outspeed my Charizard. Yeah, Jolly Lucario does outspeed Charizard, which is worth noting. Okay, some very interesting text on the opponent's team. Very interesting. I don't think this is going to be as free because of the fast Lucario that they are likely going to start off with. Something that could be valuable here is actually... it could be Gyarados. Because Gyarados does have the berry that makes it neutral to rock type moves for one turn. But I feel like that also might be a little bit too much coverage into it. I think Dragonite here is really strong. Also, the opponents don't have Light Screen, which is worth noting. I think the Lucario is one point of speed faster than my... yeah, it's 1 point of speed faster than my Vivillon, which is a little bit annoying. The only Pokemon that's going to outspeed Luca here is going to be my own Aerodactyl. Do I go Aerodactyl actually? No, I don't think I do. Let me think here. Well, okay, I think if you're going to go Lucario, I don't know if you're going to necessarily lead it. I don't necessarily think you're going to be leading it here. Was this A or B to finish? Hell yeah. My only thing about them potentially going Lucario as a lead is that it's not necessarily going to get them really far ahead. Something really important to note, chat, is that this Klefki doesn't have Reflect or Light Screen. So my Charizard can Heat Wave really freely here, and my Dragonite can also go for way more Earthquakes without getting traded out. I think our best lead is gonna be something like these, where we have Vivian and Dragonite. We go for Sleep Powder plus Earthquake. That's gonna cover most of what the opponents can do in the early game. I can Sleep Powder Lucario if they lead it. If they don't lead Lucario, I can Sleep Powder to Klefki so they don't go for Trick Room. They could go for Foul Play, which is annoying though. Foul Play could be like very annoying. Oh. Well, I have an idea. Okay. I'm thinking this is our best lead. Let's see here. Klefki plus Empoleon. Okay, Empoleon. So what this tells me is they may or may not have Lucario. What is nice about this though is that I can go for Earthquake, and like last time, Earthquake is super effective into their whole entire team. I can go for this here and also click Sleep Powder into the Empoleon slots. Yep. So no protects from them. This could be Trick Room. This could be Trick Room from Klefki here. Either Trick Room or Foul Play. Okay, Sugar Berry. That's actually worth noting. I didn't see the Sugar Berry at first glance. Very, very worth noting that actually. Citrus. This could be Trick Room. Yeah, it's Trick Room, Trick Room. This next turn is gonna matter a lot. Opponent is going to burn 2 Sleep turns. I think we go for Protect, Sleep Powder, and then we start clicking Earthquake again. This could also be a hard swap, but that's not the worst right now because I still have my Focus Sash. He says, kick it back. He's on the clip right here. Let me know that. What's all this? Looks so funny. Hell yeah. Welcome back. I haven't seen it just yet. My Foul Play is going to break my Focus Sash here. Now we go for Sleep Powder once again. I'm just gonna take a note of what everyone is going for. So this is a guaranteed wake for my opponent's Pokemon next turn. I think I'm going to value getting damage on this Empoleon now, and I'm going to go for Rage Powder. Because Empoleon is waking up this turn. Alright, who are they swapping onto? Okay, so our Arcanon's going to take some damage early. This could actually be a blessing. Because they haven't gone for Rain Dance yet as Klefki. Yep, wake up, and then they're going to go for Ice Beam. That's going to take on my Vivian, so I'm going to get Charizard this turn. And we will get this Life Orb Earthquake into both the opponents. Oh, nice. We're threatening a lot of damage into that Arcalon as well. Could take it out with Weather Ball next turn potentially. Yeah. Let's go Charizard now. Aggron's gonna hit the floor. 2 more turns of Trick Room. The thing about this chat, Aggron is currently a Steel and Rock type, but it does not have anything to hit my Zord for super effective damage. It has nothing. It has Body Press and Heavy Slap, which are both resisted. So I'm actually okay with going for more Heat Waves and more Fire type damage here. I'm actually going to go for Weather Ball into this Arcalon just to guarantee that it gets KO'd. This is a little risky though. I'm pretty sure Dragon Pulse will take me out at this range, because I've chipped myself a little bit with Life Orb. So I could have potentially just like protected and gone for Weather Ball. That probably is like the safest play. Yeah, it's gonna be Protect plus Dragon Pulse, so my Dragonite's probably gonna go down here. Yep. Yeah, Protect on me would have been better there. There's 1 turn left of Trick Room, but the problem is that they're going to have Weather Control for the rest of the game, which isn't necessarily a deal breaker, but it's not amazing either. However, their Klefki is still asleep. Their Klefki hasn't burned a sleep turn yet, so we will get 1 turn where we get to be very aggressive. Actually, I think I just Weather Ball, right? I can just Weather Ball Klefki this turn. Is it still asleep? Yeah. Yeah, I think we just Weather Ball Klefki this turn. And then let's start going for Bulk Ups as Corviknight here. I could go for Heat Wave for more damage overall, but I do not want to risk like any misses right now. Yep, they have the 1 turn to sleep, so Raw Body Press doing 30% to my core, worth noting. Gonna note that Aggron is probably the slowest Pokemon in the matchup. Klefki is 3 priority moves, but it also has Foul Play, so it's actually worth putting on speed. Charizard is pretty fast here. It is one of the fastest. Just gonna note that down. D-Knight's quite fast. I think my whole team is actually faster than... My whole team is probably faster than this Klefki. Yeah. I would really be surprised if it's not. Nice, okay, nice. We take game 1. Like, Mega says Talonflame just nuked the Mono Steel. Oh wow, you're fighting a Mono Steel type too? Oh my gosh. Chat, I would not be surprised if Mono Steel is like just the most popular type in this tournament. Because I got 2 Mono Steels in a row. You're fighting Mono Steel right now. I'm eating a cookie. It's chocolate chip. It's very important. Gasper says Pastel was a player. I don't know if... Well, I fought a player named Any last round. So I think you're fighting someone... Yeah, there's a good chance there is at least 3 Mono Steel players in this tournament, chat. That's amazing. For reference, there's like 20 players total, like 15 to 20. So Ghost is at least... Or Steel was like... Got a 20. It's like a fourth or a fifth of the teams at least, which is amazing. So I went DonutsVGC as lead that time. If you're trying to hard counter Dragon Knight and Vivian as lead, I think you're gonna bring Lucario now of all times. I actually want to try something a little bit different, y'all. No, I can't really make progress with this, can I? Nah. And they have Focus Sash is the problem, right? Oh, wait. Okay, let me think here. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing, chat. It may look extraordinarily weird to go a rock-type Pokemon in a matchup where every single Pokemon on the other team could theoretically hit it for super effective damage. And in fact, every single one of them can except for Cleffy. But there's two moves that I'm trying to cover with Aerodactyl that only Aerodactyl can cover. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that call, chat! This Lucario on the other team is faster than my Vivian, so I can't sleep powder it safely. The only thing this Lucario is threatening my Charizard with right now is specifically and only specifically Rock Slide. And what that means is that even though I have no good reason to bring my Aerodactyl other than this, I brought Aerodactyl so I can spam Wide Guard and Heat Wave. Now there is a bit of a problem, chat. There is a bit of a problem. They have Klefki still. They still did lead Klefki. So what that means is that I should be going for... I shouldn't be going for Heat Wave right now, chat. I should not be going for Heat Wave right now. What I'm down to go for is actually going to be swapping out my Charizard for Dragonite. I just want to take this one turn to be a bit defensive. If they quick Bullet Punch, then they quick Bullet Punch, you know? But I'm low Kirkuinly okay with that. Rainette is gonna go up first. That's supposed to win priority, so this is probably Rock Slide. Nice. Look at that. Look at that call, chat. Rock Slide is blocked. Rock Slide is blocked. I can now spam the ever-loving heck out of Wide Guard and go for a ton of Earthquakes. This was a very risky lead for me to go for because right now, and specifically right now, right? Rock Slide is very scary for me to deal with. But if they didn't go Rock Slide, then I have a Pokemon that just is basically doing nothing for the game. Here I do like the call though of switching in our Cowdon, because now they're still threatening my team with a lot of stuff, but this could be worse. This could definitely be worse. And by getting all this damage on Klefki right now, it's gonna be easier to deal with it for the rest of the game. Oh, chat! Chat, I just realized something. Oh, okay. Oh, I wish I had Protect. I don't have Protect, but I wish I did. Will Raw Dragon Balls KO me? I think it will. No. Okay. Chat, I'm gonna limit test my... I'm gonna limit test my Pokemon here. I'm gonna limit test my Pokemon. I just want to quick Earthquake. I just want to quick Earthquake. Nice. Alright, pretty scary spot. I'm not gonna lie. This is getting a lot more dicey as time is going on. Electroshock will go into my... Oh. Let me think about this. So there's not that many turns over Trick Room, right? There's not that many turns left. All my Pokemon like deal damage in this matchup that literally aren't Aerodactyl. I literally just needed Aerodactyl as a way to like slow down the Lucario. Actually, that's not true. I have Vivian. Vivian's not gonna be doing much damage. Earthquake will not KO here, but it will force this Arcaludon stupid low. Like very, very, very low. No, but E-Speed's not picking up at that range either, right? How many turns of Trick Room do we have left? I think about this. I think it's 2. Is it 1 or 2 more turns? It's 3 more turns of Trick Room. Fuck. Alright, not as easy as a game plan as I would have liked, honestly. I want to think here. Is this turn we have Protect? But there is 1 more turn in between that's still pretty dicey for us. Let me think here. So Arc and Empoleon. So they have Sleep Powder lines. If they double attack me, it's a little bit risky. I want to attack this turn. If they swap in Klefki, it's not a huge deal, but I could break my Sash. But again, that's not really a huge deal. Our game plan right now is to like wait this Trick Room out. Protect on the Empoleon. So they were protecting a Sleep Powder in that slot. Hey, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with this. When this Trick Room runs out, you're not gonna be in a good spot. I hope you're aware of this. However, that Lucario is still full HP in the back, but the damage is still very concentrated right now. And I do live. Yeah, there's 1 more turn left of Rain. There's 1 more turn left of Rain, guys. But 2 more turns left of Trick Room. Do you Rage Powder? Oh. Oh! Well, who's faster? Empoleon's faster! Empoleon's faster! Empoleon's faster! This is the play! 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 They just burned both of their Earth. They just burned both of their Protects. But this Empoleon is faster than their. Yes! 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 That's gonna force me to Focus Sash, guys. That's going to force me to Focus Sash. What this means is that this Arcaludon has to attack this Vivian here. Because it's stamina. It's not Stalwart. It's stamina. So they're gonna go for this Electro Shot. They're gonna go for this Electro Shot, chats. They're gonna unleash it here. Takes out my 1 HP Vivian. But look what happens. Look what happens, y'all. Nice. Dragonite! Earthquake! Oh. Vivian! Vivian is the goats, bro! Oh, Vivian, I love you so much! Vivian, I love you so much! I love you! I love you! Who's a good butterfly? You are! Oh, you're such a good butterfly! Now chat, here's the thing. I can actually trap my opponents here. I can literally trap my opponents here. Their Lucario is the fastest Pokemon on the field right now. And because it's the fastest Pokemon on the field, what I can do is I can protect EQ right now. Can I actually do this? Oh, if they tagged, you think here? If they Rock Slide, I won't die. If they rain dance, this won't KO though. Well, E-Speed after pretty much has to KO here. That's the risk I'm taking. They're gonna protect. Are they protecting on their own turn to trigger? Charizard protects next. Is this 3 protects? Are they betting on Bullet Punch then? I think they're betting on Bullet Punch to take on my Dragonite next turn. Alright, Rock Slide from a Jolly 32 Lucario. Let's see the damage. Yeah, that's damage for sure. Alright. So here, I think I just Mega Evolve anyway, just so I have the stats to make sure I tank this. How many stats do I gain actually? How many stats? 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 How many stats do I gain when I Mega Evolve? Okay, Charizard. Charizard go. No. I don't Mega Evolve here. I go for Heat Wave and I go for Earthquake. I just checked, chat. I don't gain any more bulk for Mega Evolving in my physical stats. I gain 30 more special bulk, but I don't gain any physical bulk. Yep. Nice, thank you. Dude, if I got double flinch there, I probably would have lost. Oh. Thank you, Dragonite. Thank you. Wait, hang on. Chill, chat. Wait. Hang on. Foul play. Oh, okay. Dude. I have to say though, to my opponent, they did everything in their power to make this set as close as possible. You see that, chat? They didn't even go for Rain Dance this turn. They literally tried to call everything that they could. I respect that because this matchup is ridiculous. Like, this is not a... Even though it's flying versus steel, this is not a good match for steel. Which is funny to say because on paper it's like, okay, well, how is it not good for steel? You know, all you have to do is just resist the flying type attacks. But we are actively seeing just how much coverage mono flying gets. Like, this doesn't feel like a mono type team. It's basically not. Like, I haven't clicked a single flying type attack this whole entire tournament. Go back in the footage. I have not clicked a single one. I haven't clicked Hurricane a single time. I haven't clicked Brave Bird a single time. Actually, I clicked Brave Bird once, but that was a misinput. I clicked it once, but it literally did nothing to advance the game state. Like, it did 3% to an Arcauda. It did nothing. Like, this doesn't feel like a mono-type team, even though it literally is. Miko said GG's. I would tell him GG's. You also played so freaking well. It was hard to face you. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Midwest because, like, I would not be surprised if that player literally, like, goes on to like win every single other of the game because, like, they played so well. Like, they played really well. So, yeah, huge respect. Chu says my series team got the most. Hey, Livy! Great to see ya. How's the tournament been? I hear how you did this step, but how's it been? Has it been fun? Bo's the same here. Hey, Bo! Welcome to the stream. What team are you playing? Welcome to the chat. Firestorm said hello earlier. Hi, Firestorm! I hope we're doing good, by the way. It took me a while to get to your message, but I hope we're doing swell, Firestorm. What says Mono Fairy? I was Zoe. Oh, cool! GJ's earlier, Zoe. GJ's. I like the idea behind your team. I like it. After this tournament ends, I'm honestly thinking of making a monotype tier list. I'm getting a lot of information really quickly about how each type stands if you're like trying to really build the team to win a monotype tournament. It's so interesting. Oh, well, actually, I'm gonna share some of the messages Miklas is sending in the match tab. This is very interesting here. By the way, chat, if you want to be in this tournament the next time you host it, !Discord. You're able to find the server here, and I announce whenever we're doing these kind of things. It's so much fun as we can clearly see it. And actually, it's so nice because on the back end, right, there's all these match chats. This is all handled by a bot named Ndidi the Bracket Maker. Ndidi makes the brackets for us. It's so incredible. Shout out to Ndidi, guys. Shout out to Ndidi. She's helping us out, even though she's not in the game. So Miko said, thank you, that Megazard was very spooky. I also didn't expect your D-Knight to be such a menace every coming. God, thing is so bulky. Yeah! D-Knight's shocked me with its stats to LMAO. Clunky's been tricky to fight. Manual weather is just so strong. Yeah, I really respect the call to have Klefki on Steel. I think it just makes so much sense to have Klefki on a team with Mono Steel. Because not only does the rain dance help directly our Caledon do its thing, but also you turn off your fire weakness for a while. And since a lot of fire types love to use Weather Ball, that's really disruptive. So I respect it. Guess because this normal is interesting. I really want to see what mono normal leads to, because I heard from someone that was really building for this tournament that mono normal could be really good. I'm not sure what pieces mono normal runs. Like, I'm very curious on like what the vision is with the team, since it sounds like it's good. Alright, let me check out some stuff in the DMs here. I'm just checking out some stuff here, chat. One moment, chat. One moment. In the meantime, though, chat, what's your favorite color? I want to hear all about your favorite color in the chat. I'm going to read all your messages in just a moment. I'm gonna hear what your favorite colors are, though. This is so interesting. Alright, almost ready, chat. I want to see all your amazing, awesome colors here. I'm almost alive, chat. Almost, I swear. There it is. Okay, we're live. Vegas said this was a great way to run just in VGC. Hell yeah! I'm glad this tournament's been reigniting your VGC love. That's awesome to hear. It's so unique. I really like playing in this format. It's a lot of fun, a lot of thinking, and also a lot of fun at the same time. Because I also like a radiant ocean blue in addition to green. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ocean blue is a very refreshing color. I respect green as well. Very, very good color. Guess what? This is crimson. Crimson is solid. Very expressive color, very emotive color. I like it. I like that color. It's a good one. All right, chat. We have our next round. Okay, pressing Luna here. Alright, let's go. Guys, Vegas is the blood of my enemies. Yeah, there we go. One of the most associated things with Crimson is Crimson blood, of course. Alright, we got this, y'all. I'm excited. I want to talk about Lunar's team in just a moment here. Just a momento. Un. All right, taking a look at Lunar's team here. Boop, boop, boop. You're gonna be facing Mono Fairy once again, but this Mono Fairy is quite a bit different than the Fairy team we fought last time. For one, it's gonna be Iron. Chat, sorry about that. Sorry about that one. I just got stonewalked there. I just got chat. You know, it happens to all of us, right? We all get stonewalked, just like, you know, let it be. Sorry about that. But Iron Ball Alchemy, chat. The reason why I got stonewalked by this is not necessarily because it's like a bad matchup for my team or anything. You know, well, fingers crossed for that, right? But the actual reason is I've been looking for a way to run Alchemy for a long time, really long time, like seriously long time since Pokemon Champions has begun. But I haven't been sure how to necessarily get the most out of it when the speed is very awkward. So seeing Iron Ball Alchemy makes me actually want to try this Pokemon out next month with an Iron Ball Trick setup. That's extremely interesting. But the rest of the team here, we're going to be seeing a very offensive team, actually. Very offensive set of Pokemon here between the Mawile, Mimikyu, Prim, Hatterene. Bit of setup as well. Looks like hard Trick Room, which is pretty interesting. And it's Lumberry Mimikyu specifically, so we won't necessarily be able to sweep powder it for free like we have been able to against some previous setup Pokemon. Now that is an interesting one, right? Well, this is not a good spot for my Dragonite here whatsoever, because 6 Pokemon on the opposing team are immune to a Dragon Claw, and many of them hit for super effective as well. Charizard is a must. We're definitely going to want Charizard here. But beyond that, question is, who do you want beyond that, you know? Vion, I think, will still be strong. Into everything but Mimikyu, it's just really reliable. And even still into Mimikyu, right? We're still able to use the combination of Hurricane and Heat Wave to take it out. I think Corv is a must bring here. Corv is going to be extremely valuable. We're going to want Corv, and we're going to want Corv probably for that closer towards the end of the game, so that we don't get like trolled by like potential Alchemy here. I think Elite like these is strong. They do have Fake Out, which is worth noting. They do be having Fake Outs. It just makes a lot of sense to bring these Pokemon together. I think it's a Pokemon to clean in the back. Aerodactyl makes sense. We're not really getting too much out of Ulu here, besides resisting like Hyper Voice from Primarina. We do get the Intimidate into Mimikyu, which is nice, but they also have Hypercut or Mawile. They have Thunder Wave, or they have Magic Bounce to block my Thunder Wave. It's a bit messy. I could lead with Steel type damage early. I don't think it's a bad idea. Yeah, we could lead Steel type damage. That might actually be the best play, because we're always threatening something super effective into their Hatterene to go that. And we also just have really good mons to play around their... actually, let me think. No, I think this is the safest. Oh. Yeah, nice. I think this is the safest lead into most of their combinations. Corviknight would punish the Mimikyu a little bit harder, but everything else, the combo of Charizard, Vivian is pretty strong. Okay, Grimmsnarl, Mimikyu. This is about what I expected. Fake Out Trick Room is very likely here. I think we're going to fake out one Pokemon. It's going to be... Actually, do I have Arrow? I do have Arrow. Did I Mega Evolve Arrow this game? I think no. I think no. Assurance. What the fuck is Assurance? I think it's like counter. I think Assurance is like counter. I think Heat Wave Hurricane and always get something. I think that's the best play here. And while it's technically not the most reliable thing, we could get a Confusion off a Hurricane, which would be really disruptive for Mimikyu. I would imagine they brought both Trick Room Pokemon though. Life or Grimmsnarl? I was wondering why they did so much damage. I was like, that's half my fucking health. But that makes more sense now. Either connects on both targets as they set up Trick Room. Okay, this is a very interesting game state. Something very worth noting, chat, is that one, they don't have brain dance. I'm fighting an opponent that doesn't have brain dance. And two, Zard is a necessary threat for one in knockout right now. You could double into Zard with like assurance and I don't fucking know, but we could get greedier here. However, I don't have very consistent answers into their Mega Pokemon of choice, which is Mawile, besides Charizard. So I'm gonna play this a little bit safer. But I could definitely see the world where I go for a riskier play there. Yeah, Shadow Sneak connects, and we see it's not gonna do that much. And Grimmsnarl is gonna go for Assurance, which yeah, clearly showing the intention to like want to blow my Zard. Life Orb. Here connects on both targets. Thank you, Charizard. We're gonna do a shit ton there. Worth noting though that the Mimikyu does hang on. I'm going to go Rock Lee now. As I go Mawile. So this is pretty nice. Worth noting that this Mawile does have Rock Slide. So we're gonna need to play around that pretty tactically. But I like the play of yep. Let me see there. If we protect bulk up, swap, and let's do it for one more turn. Yeah, I like the play protect bulk up here. It could technically be better to take out Mimikyu now, but I also don't want to necessarily give them a free switch. They could also just SD here, which is like annoying. To be fair, but let's see. Yeah, okay, immediate Rock Slide. That's huge power Rock Slide. Worth noting. I'm gonna whiff. Oh, they're gonna whiff though. They're gonna whiff. Drain Punch into my Corv. Okay. I was actually worried about them going for. I was worried about them going for. I got this. I can English. Sword Stance there because they do have Sword Stance on this Mimikyu, but then not going for SD here means I'm threatening a KO with Iron Head right now. And this single bulk up is really nice for sustaining the Mawile's damage, since at best they're hitting me for neutral damage with Sucker Punch, which isn't stab. It's still a strong ass Sucker Punch, but it's not as scary. Oh, that's unfortunate. I really wanted to make sure I really wanted to get my son up, or keep my son, but as we see, Aerodactyl is not surviving a Rock Slide. Yeah, +1 Iron Head. Yep, gets a KO on Mimikyu, meaning they're not going to be able to SD this time. So there is one more turn of Trick Room from my opponents, which you could pretty simply protect through. The problem is, this is also my last turn of Sun. Grim is going to be in the back as well. So not the situation I want to be in, really. I'm gonna roost for now, though. Grim's gonna protect. Yeah, so they're trying to use the. They're trying to use the stun ending as well. The Rock Slide to my +1 Corv, no crits. Which is gonna activate. Wait. Yeah, I have citrus, I have citrus. And then Roost, okay, so I'm back to full health here. Very good. This may come down to a Prim Corviknight 1v1. T-Wave would not one-hit KO Charizard, or would not one-hit KO Mawile, which is worth noting. So Zard is going to go down this turn while getting some good damage on Mawile. That's way more than good damage. That's a critical hit. That's not a crit. That wasn't a crit. That wasn't a crit. What the fuck? Huh? Huh. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Thanks, Charizard. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Oh, shit. There's been no game! Are you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro? Oh my god, no! Ah, no! I can't believe this. I'm so mad. I'm fuming, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Real quick though, chat. We did win that game. It was a little bit of off-screen gaming there. It is 1-0. It's currently 1-0. However, it's actually 1-1. And you may be wondering, okay, if you won the game, how is it 1-1? Did you not win the game? I did win the game. The problem is though, my team sheet was incorrect. Chat, you may be wondering, what? Your team sheet was incorrect? How? You of all people? Yes, it is. It was incorrect. There was actually a pretty notable inaccuracy on it that we had to fix right away. My Corviknight, chat, my Corviknight had... It didn't just have... It didn't have mirror armor, basically. I actually really wanted mirror armor on my Corviknight because it combines with inner focus on Dragonite, means that it's easier for my Aerodactyl to come into matchups that have Intimidate. So that's fixed now, but I'm gonna give myself a game loss here because in tournament play, when team sheet errors like this come up, a game loss is often the correct thing to do, unless it's found before the game begins. So I'm gonna give myself that there. So we're gonna be in a game 3. We're gonna head back in the room, chats. Ron says, at least you're making those mistakes in this and not something like NAIC. Yep, and that is exactly why I am so strict about it. Because it's not necessarily for everyone, mainly since like, I don't know who will and who won't do tournaments, but I've been making a shit ton of team sheet errors myself. Not like an egregious amount, but like every single major I've gone to, there's been at least one error. Now there was one at NAIC, but it wasn't significant enough to where it will cause a game loss. It was just like the wrong, it was just like Mega Follette instead of Base Form Follette. But that doesn't really change much. And it was found out before the sets even began. Like it was found out like before even a single game began, so it wasn't a big deal. But having this be accurate here is important for the real deal. That's the biggest thing. But we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna get back into things. Something worth noting, chat, that game specifically, is that Primarina would have activated its Citrus Berry, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game, but it, you know, it would have given Leslie at least a little bit more hope. But just worth noting that. Just very worth noting that. So that game, chat, they had Charizard alongside Vivian. Charizard alongside Vivian here. No, I did. What the hell? we're kind of doozing, chat. It's a little bit getting a little bit winded here, as they say. But yeah, that Grim is a fast Grim. It's faster than their Mimikyu. And not really sure what speed their Prim was. We're gonna have to find out the old-fashioned way, but Arrow did not do much for us there, I would say. Low key, I think this could be a matchup where Gyarados comes in. I think the same lead is mostly fair. But what I could do is actually... Yeah, I see what I can do. I see what I can do. Instead of leading the same set of Pokemon, I'm gonna have my Vivian in the back for sleep powdering Pokemon in the end game. It helped me get more value out of my Vivian because it will be able to strike first with a higher percentage chance. Alright, gonna be Hatterene and Grim this time around. And this is part of why I wanted to go this combination here instead of what I did before, because now I can threaten them with multiple sources of super effective damage. I could actually go for Bulk Up. I think Bulk Up will put me in a spot that's better than just clicking Iron Head immediately. So I'm always getting something this way. I'm either getting a Weather Ball that can severely cripple their Trick Room Center, or I'm getting +1 defense, which will help with the future Rock Slide to the Mawile. Nice. So we're getting a Weather Ball into this Hatterene. Look at that, so much damage. Now Trick Room's gonna go off. I currently resist both their sources of damage. It is worth noting though that I should play more aggressive here actually. Yeah, I should play more aggressive. I think it's better for me to play more aggressive than less aggressive this turn. No, actually I should text. How many turns of Trick Room? We have 4 turns of Trick Room. I don't want to give their Mawile a free switch right now. That's the thing. But I don't want my Pokemon to necessarily take a shit ton of damage as well. Let's protect and Bulk Up. Output is really slow. Something really important with Trick Room and navigating it is not just immediately bursting down. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yo, what? Yo! Yo, what? Yo, what? What did that one shot my Corv? Am I missing something? Yo, what the fuck? It inflicts damage and will deal double damage if the target has already received damage on the turn it is used. Okay. Alright. Understood. Okay. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Chat, you guys saw how much damage that fucking did? What the fuck? Oh my god. All right. Let's keep going. Let's just mosey on past that real quick with a little rage powder and a heat wave. Chat, that did so much fucking, you guys saw how much damage that did? What the hell? Alright, magic on shine. It's gonna force me low. Grimstarl is absolutely going for another assurance. Yes, you are, buddy. Alright, this isn't necessarily the endgame I wanted here. This isn't unplayable, but it's a lot harder than I would have liked. We need to play this really tactically. Because yeah, as you see there, I really wanted to get this Gyarados to intimidate Mawile when TR was already over. And now this spot's really weird for me. I think there's one way we can get out of this situation, and it's a Thunder Wave. If we can get a Thunder Wave full para, I think we can get out of this. If we match protects this turn, that's not that great, so... But we don't match protect, so they did go for Rock Slide this turn, yep. Tiny Berry is going to activate. This could be... Yeah, it's probably Assurance into my Gyarados, but now Gyarados -1. Nice, okay, we survive it. Whoever's gonna take itself out. It's pretty decently beneficial, not fully beneficial, but... We're hinging on a bit of Paracheese, chat. There are modifiers that are helping us out here for sure. There's the chance of Rockside missing. There is the para, of course. We're kind of just gonna have to hinge on that. I want to see if a raw Sword Beam will actually take out this Prim. Because it's gonna be a bulkier Prim than usual. Sword Beam, okay, yeah, we need the helping hands here. So we need kind of a lot, I can't lie. We kind of need a lot. Let's see. We might just protect Rockside as well, which would be really annoying. Yeah, double connects. GG. GG to my opponent, GG. Very interesting. The biggest thing I'll definitely say is playing around Assurance, because that did a lot of damage. That did like a lot of damage. Like lots of damage. Like a serious amount of damage. Question, right? Oh, right, I forgot about the game loss. Fuck, no, yeah, this set's over. GG's, I'm gonna tell him GG's. GG's, Looter. Oh, that's so interesting. I definitely think, okay, if I can play that game 3 back, we're gonna absolutely need more respect on the Grim. It could honestly still be worth to have Viv out as an option, but the problem with Viv in that matchup is that if you just fake out at turn 1, you're not gonna be getting as much value as you would like. But I'm also just surprised, like, that did so much damage. I think in hindsight though, like, playing around that will be the play though. And since we don't have a dark type resist, the Hatterene damage is actually the least threatening out of the two. It's mostly the Grim on the follow-up that is the scariest thing. And to that ends, sleep Hattering that guy is gonna be important. Wow, that's interesting though. That's very, very interesting. Alright, let's fill out a score here. GG to Lunar. GG. That's one of the most interesting sets so far, I have to say. One of the most interesting for sure. Alright, we're gonna have our next round shortly. Yo Brick says, hey! I'm gonna get a bit of that stuff in. Hey, Yellow Brick! Chat, shout outs to Yellow Brick. Yellow Brick is a homie. I hope you're doing amazing, Yellow Brick. Hope you're doing amazeballs. Alright. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have another set already. That was fast. I guess one of the reasons why is because we had a game 3 set technically, so I guess like our set by nature is gonna take a bit longer than usual. Or a bit, yeah, exactly. Nom. Oh, Cookie. Cookie is so yummy. Cookie is big smile, chat. Large smile. All right, let's get into this next round. We're gonna be fighting Helix, chat. Helix is a really solid player. Helix has gone against some of the greats, some of the top players of the game, and really made them work for that win. So I'm excited to face her and see what is up. Temgaster says, "Holy! Hello, Temgaster. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're doing so good. Holy, I agree." That makes me think of Undertale. Shout out to Undertale. Godlike game. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tim. Thank you. Chat. This is gonna be the hardest matchup of the tournament so far. Every single round so far, we have fought something where we have a type advantage in some kind of way. Steel, we hit super effectively. They hit us for neutral. Fairy, we resist Fairy. We have Corviknight, which hits them for super effective. This is gonna be different. We are facing Mono Ghost, chat. Mono Ghost. Some of these Pokemon are the best mons in the game, chat. We're seeing the Basket Legion. We're seeing the Sinistra. we're seeing that Gengar with the Goldengo. Annihilate just won the biggest Pokemon tournament of regulation MB chat. Sableye is also there. Chat, this is gonna be the hardest set so far. They have a couple modes, but I will say the two biggest ones I'm spotting are screens, offense, and setup. Just taking the Pokemon bit by bit, Gengar is a Pokemon that we actually have a fair bit of tools to burst down with our own Charizard, with the Dragonite that we have. And to that end, I'm not as worried about this Pokemon here. We also have Sleep Powder, which is nice into it. Sableye is another Pokemon where Sleep Powder is really valuable into it, but we have to respect that it has Fake Out here. The combination of Encore and Fake Out is very devastating, because if we protect the Fake Out, then Encore is going to be coming right at us. So we got to be ready for that. Something in general to note with this team is that it does have that combo of Encore Disable. So we need to be switching up our moves when we go for them, and we do need to think a bit ahead. Basket Legion. Basket Legion here. It being a Scarf Basket Legion is nice. I'm not sure how it trains. It may or may not be able to survive the Sword Beam, but we're gonna have to see about that one. In the meantime, chat, I'm just gonna join the room right quick as we begin thinking more about our game plan into this kind of team, because it is an interesting one, very interesting one. Sinisha is gonna be next here, rocking no Trick Room, which is worth noting. That means our Tailwind is actually gonna be quite valuable into this team. Like quite valuable. It could be worth leading Aerodactyl here. That will put us at a disadvantage if they go Basket Legion, but being able to outspeed these Pokemon is really valuable. And they don't have a response into Tailwind that is a proper one. Corviknight in this matchup, I mean, this fine. We resist Make It Rain, which is very nice. Being able to just force a Make It Rain to Dink is pretty good. I think we're gonna want Tailwind offense here for sure. There are some things that make it harder though, like the Sableye and the Basket Legion. I don't necessarily think we actually have a Ghost type resistance. Yeah, we don't have a Ghost type resistance on this team. This is interesting. I do think Gyarados could actually come out big for us here, because it has that super effective crunch, and being able to intimidate a Basket Legion is really valuable. Vivillon is also going to be really important here. Being able to Sleep Powder Pokemon like Gengar, Sableye, Rage Powder can block my mate from getting Encore locked. This is one of the most interesting sets for sure. Alright, let's crack into this. Let's crack into this chat. Against this kind of team, thinking about the worst case scenario is like extremely important. In this spot, I need to see if we're surviving a Sun We see. Actually, Basking Region with max speed choice scarf. Oh, that underspeeds. Yeah, so I need to see if I'm surviving a Sun Aqua Jet as base form Aerodactyl. That is extremely important here. So Sun Aqua Jet. Okay, yeah, we survived that. We survived that no matter what. That's very important. So we should be able to get up a Tailwind scot-free. The question is who would we target after? I also need to figure out a back mod quickly. I really think we're gonna need Gyarados here. And a back sleep powder just makes a lot of sense, but also back redirection. I would say with this, our damage is very condensed in the Charizard. But with how much it's neutral damage for neutral damage, and a lot of said neutral damage being special, I think this is one of the better items you could be going here. And Gyarados is mainly there because it has to crunch. It has the super effective damage to just kind of team. So it's gonna be interesting. Okay, interesting. So in this position, Tailwind plus Weather Ball is looking pretty juicy. They do have dual screens. I don't know if my arrow is taking a Shadow Ball though. Oh, okay, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Tailwinds and... Oh, but they have Fake Out, don't they? I mean, if they fake me out right now, I'm okay with that because I'm getting a Weather Ball to their mons. No swaps from them. Yeah, thinking ahead here is like essential. It is just so essential right now. Right. Is there any protects? They're gonna Mega Evolve. Okay. So this Gengar likely... This Gengar at best speed ties... Or at worst speed ties my arrow right now. Let's fake out into my Zard. Okay. So is this fake out Shadow Ball? This could be fake out Shadow Ball. I do have a little bit of HP, so I'm gonna tank it. And I will be faster this next turn. Hard Perish here. So what's the call? If they're fake out perishing, then it's likely Encore plus Protect here. Am I okay with that? You can't Encore me right now. I think the best play is the Heat Wave then. You could the Light Screen. You could the Light Screen Protect, which is a little bit disruptive, but not insanely so. But you're probably Encoring my left Pokemon. But I'm mostly okay with that. You don't have any spread moves. Yeah, this is strong. Okay, Heat Wave here. Yep, there's the protect Light Screen if I this. Encore to my... Okay. So Heat Wave needs to 2-hit KO here through the Light Speed that's going to be set up next turn. Oh, wait. Oh, actually, never mind. We're not gonna know. I'm probably gonna get Encore this turn. But we'll see. So here we have to struggle. Oh, actually, no, we don't have to struggle just yet. Okay. So Weather Ball here. We have a Light Screen. So Weather Ball into Zard right now through Light Screen. Wait, let's see it. Oh, not even close. Wow. Yeah, that's a really bulky Gengar. I have to get disabled here. Interesting. So this puts me really far behind. We're gonna have Gyarados Viv as a backline here. And there's one more turn of Tailwind, but that Tailwind will end this turn. So our speed control right now is gonna be... But it will be Thunder Wave. On one of those, the sun will end, which means I'm going to have Hurricane. Hurricane's of course not going to be a very strong attack for us to be going for. Interesting. So they're gonna double swap here. Or they just let Sableye die and go for Encore. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So Bascu's coming out now. It's not actually threatening too much, specifically this turn, because we're going to have an Intimidate into it. So that in itself is pretty nice. Something that could be worth considering here is bringing Dragon Knight next game. I think Dragon Knight could be really strong next game. Let's go with this here. So what is going to be their spring in? Are they bringing in Garnal? This could be Garnal, actually. Sinisha? Which will let them redirect Sleep Powders. I see. Okay, that's interesting. So their damage is also pretty condensed here into the Bascu, into the Gengar technically, but this is definitely a more defensive Gengar based on how much that weather melted through the widescreen. Helping Hand is going to be really important, I'm noticing, if they're going to be hinging on screen like that. This turn specifically... I'm going to protect this turn because I feel like you're going to be targeting my Vivian here. Yeah, flip turn, dinks off. The protect. As Crunch connects in the Bask, this is a 2-hit KO. Narrow 2-hit KO, that's a pretty bulky Bascu Legion, that's worth noting. Matcha gotcha here. Burn. That's, yeah, that might be pretty not awesome for us, I will say. So Rage Powder is likely this turn. To deal with the Rage Powder, you kind of just have to double attack through it. Does there think we have the best outs besides stats here? We think. I think it's double attack and then we tank the Bask attack and we get into Sash mind games here. Or this could just be like an aggressive swap into their Gar, which would be like honestly not that good for us. But it wouldn't be the worst if we KO Viv, if we KO Sinisha right here right now. Like Gar. So Hurricane, we're 32 attacks, so it's gonna be doing good damage. Can Crunch pick up when we're burned like this? No, that's such a very... We're gonna need a crits. Let's see. No, 18% through burn, so it's probably like 36% when we're not burned here. I have to... I think my outs here... Gengar was slower than Arrow. But it was faster than my Zard. I think my outs here is... Oh, it's rough. They have Rage Powder. It's probably Rage Powder Perish. I have to hinge on them not going for Rage Powder Perish, and I also have to hinge on my Viv being faster than their Gar, which is technically possible, but it's gonna be rough. Ah, yeah, it's not. We will Sleep Powder this turn though. For us to win this game, we would need to somehow KO both the Sinisha and the Bascu. Which is like maybe possible. We can't KO the Sinister here now though. But it might just hard. I mean, if it hard swaps, then that's fine because Gengar is the fastest Pokemon, so its health matters the least. Alright, crunch crit, crunch crit, crunch crit. Crunch gets up there. Gengar burned one turn of sleep here. Sinister has to come back on the field. It's gonna come back and protect though, is the problem. So on the turn that we can attack, Gengar is going to be awake. So I would need... Sinister has so much HP is the problem, right? I'm going to hard call it going for... Oh, if it goes for... Okay, I'm gonna think here. If it goes for Life 2... No, it can't go for Life 2. It has to protect. I'm gonna bet everything on that. Yeah, it protects here. I don't know if Crunch Crit is gonna take it out though. It's so bulky. That's his last sleep turn. Hurricane not really doing much for us. Oh no, no confusion either. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Against the double protect! It got the double! Okay, disable from the Gengar. Okay, that's interesting. I don't even know how much damage Crunch would have done then. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, GG. Pretty important game for understanding the damage values of Charizard in this matchup. The more we can burn 1 KOs on Gengar, the better, right? So to that end, part of me wants to lead Helping Hands to pressure that Gengar further. I want to see something about Helping Hand Weather Ball into this. Come on here. Okay, Helping Hand Weather Ball is going to be KOing most Gengar builds. I want to see if it does do Light Screen. It's a roll through Light Screen. But it's a good roll. It's a very, very good roll. So that is something worth considering. I want to see D-Nut as well. Dragonite, Life Orb, Earthquake. Oh, that's a guaranteed KO. Oh, that's a guaranteed KO. Is that guaranteed KO through Reflect? Oh. Okay, that's interesting. I had to redeem the drink soda. I got you. Double Protect? Yeah, the Double Protect was very... It's pretty funny. Because the chat, I got some pretty game-changing information through taking a look at the calcs. So into specifically that lead, Vivian and Dragonite is very strong. Very, very strong. We forced the Gengar out and we're also doing a shit ton of damage. And if we get Encore, we're getting Encored into Rage Powder, which isn't the worst. If you're trying to hard counter that lead, Maybe you have like Sinistra? But you don't really have a solid answer to it, except for like, no, you don't have a solid answer to it. Okay, yeah, let's change up our game plan here. We're gonna do you two as the lead. Between two Mega Pokemon, I'm leaning still towards Zard. In that last game, you had Bascu as a damage dealer, but you lean so hard in the pairs to where I'm honestly thinking one of these two is better. I don't want to get into no. I think Zard. Or Arrow rather. We're going to want that speed control. We may not want it on the turn they can Encore disable us, but we're going to still want that speed control. We're going to want Charizard moving first in this kind of matchup. Alright, nice. They left the same thing. Okay, very good. So here, Earthquake plus Sleep Powder, I like. Who do I Sleep Powder though? I think we Sleep Powder the left slot. Sleep Powder in the left slot always gives us something. If we get faked out and Shadow Ball, then we can Rage Powder the next turn. This could be a fake out ball into Viv. Oh, chat, they don't know. Chat, they don't know. Oh my god, chat, they were unaware. What? I'm sorry? What? How the fuck did I not KO? Wait a second. How bulky is this guy? Bro, what? All right, that's interesting. Hey, I mean, the more we learn, I guess. The more we know. Let me see something up it on here actually. A Shadow Ball is just gonna one tap me. Well, it's very favorite to one tap me right now, even with like no investment. As long as you're like wait, you're not modest. You're not modest. You could Encore disable here. You could. Very well could. Sableye going to withdraw, but for whom? Finish on the block to Sleep Powder. You're so gnarly, aren't you? As you protect. Yes, you do. Interesting. Okay, that's annoying, but is that bad? How much is Shadow Ball doing? Because Shadow Ball is not doing 80% of my health when you have this much bulk. You have to swap out your Gengar, but who are you swapping it to? Who are you swapping it to? You have... Your only ground resistance is already out, and that ground resistance is getting pressured by Hurricane. Who could you swap to if you wanted to? You could sacrifice your Sableye here. You could. And that would be one more turn of Perish, right? I'm okay with that. Am I? Yes. I'm okay with that. This could be a double swap. No, that's not a double swap. I should have Rage Powder. I forgot about the Sable. Yeah, I forgot about the Sable. That's a bit of an oopsie there. Spots of an oopsie. But how bad is this really? So right now, you have to swap out your Gengar. Your Dragon Resistance is Goldango, which is pretty annoying. And Dango's likely in the back. You could Rage Powder here to sacrifice your Sinistcha, but will you do that? Will you do that? Gengar's going to swap out for Basking Region, so is this a Rage Powder? It's a Protect on the Sinistcha, so this Basking Region's taking a very nice amount of chip. A very, very nice amount of chip here. Interesting. So this Basking Region will not outspeed my Aerodactyl, and now we Mega Heat Wave and Tailwinds. We survive a Wave Crash. We survive a Wave Crash. I think we could have gotten more out of our Dragonite, for sure there. But it punched a very, very, very important hole in this team. And that combined with the call to have Aerodactyl in the back for Tailwinds means that this game is still in a very interesting spot. There is still a lot more Pokemon to play. There's way more Pokemon to play. Double Protect will fail. Flip turn. Oh, you're actually faster. Okay, that's worth noting. 35%. You're faster than my Aerodactyl? That should be 200 base speed. Let me see something. 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 Oh, you're Jolly 32. You're Jolly 32. Are you fucking serious right now? Did I actually just woof? Are you for real? Are we actually serious right now? You are trolling me, game. You're actually trolling me right now. I should think about this turn more. Well, I'm also mad. Yeah, they're gonna start Protect Fishing. I need to think about more combinations here. Matcha, Rage Powder, Life 2, Shadow Ball, Perish, Disable. 2 more turns of Tailwind left? Or 3 more? 2 more turns of Tailwind. So they have to just spam the fuck out of double text. So we force them into a spot where they have to scam, basically. I mean, alright, double protect fails. Rock Slide connects with targets. Thank you! You have connectable targets. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, just bask you in the back. Thank God. Oh my God. If I somehow got like I'm actually very happy about that game. I cannot lie. Oh my God. Dude, the ground type coverage. Oh, so to redeem bet. So if I'm my opponent right now, I'm thinking, how do we stop Gengar, or how do we stop Garchomp? What the fuck? If I'm my opponent, I'm not thinking clearly. If I am my opponent though, I'm thinking, how do I stop Dragonite from getting so much done in the early game? Because remember, chat, they had to call that I would not go for Rage Powder there. If I went for Rage Powder and clicked Earthquake, that game ended like 7 turns ago. Like way before. And that game still went well. So to stop Dragonite, I'm thinking you may want to change modes here. You may want to go Annihilate so that you have a ground neutrality. You're probably not going to bring Dango right now. You're probably not bringing Dango as the lead if you're trying to stop that. You might be going Basque Region Annihilate, but just trying to like burst me down. So am I okay with losing Vivian early, potentially because of that, and getting disabled from something that they do? I think yes. I think that is still a risk I'm okay with taking, and I'm still also gonna go with this set of 4. Because what I can do is I can Mega Evolve Aerodactyl. Like in a worst case situation, right? I can Mega Evolve my Aerodactyl and Tailwind. I will outspeed this opposing Gengar no matter what if I Mega Evolve. And I will outspeed the Basque, I'm pretty sure. Let me see, actually. Let me see. I need like 214. Yeah, I outspeed the Basque. So this is my bet. And you're gonna get the same shit. Okay. So you're faster than me. Every single time here, you've gone for Fake Out and Perish. Both games you've gone for. But you saw the consequences of doing that last game. So I'm thinking you might want to target my Viv here. But my play is still the same. Because their Gengar is very defensive, I might be able to live and Fake Out Shadow Ball combo my Viv. Might. Alright, it's Protect and Reflects. It's Fake Out Protects. So you're calling that your Shadow Ball would take out my Vivian next turn. And you're also willing to let your Sableye take a lot of damage. Reflect Shadow Ball could be a play you do here. Am I okay with that? I think I am okay with it if I can get off this Shadow Ball. Or if I can get off the Sleep Powder. I freaking forgot about... Oh my god, I forgot about it again, dude. Oh my god. I guess that's part of like Perish, right? And Encore Disable teams as well. It is very easy to forget about the... It's very easy to forget about like certain mechanics. The problem is like this is like half my health just like gone now. You're gonna light screen before you reflect. Interesting. So now it's on Viv to carry the damage for a bit. Yeah, that's way too much damage. My D-Knight's basically, for all intents and purposes, would have been dead here. That's, yeah. Very, very preventable mistake, which is easy to beat myself up for, but I mean, it's part of just like practicing this matchup more. We're gonna have to make mistakes like this so we don't make them going forward. Also, that did a lot. That was like a not close roll, even though it's a timid Gengar. That's interesting. Oh? Wait a second. I have a couple decisions here. I think this will be the best decision right now. What is every way you could play around this possible? White screen is up, so my only way to KO right now is Weather Ball. What is every single way you could play around this right now? I don't want to protect. I could swap, I could hard swap. You could Shadow Ball me, you could Shadow Ball me, you could Shadow Ball me. If you Shadow Ball me like this, I will live it. But I may not live another turn. Oh, I can't switch. I will default it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I at least protect here. They are gonna expect to protect, so it's not like the worst. But it's not the best either. You also probably just protect your card here. You do. You do. You awesome lad. Is there a different play we could do here? Well, if you encore my save, if you encore me, and okay. So I kind of have the heat wave here, even though it won't KO. Because you're likely to Shadow Ball my D-Knight and then encore my. I can do this, guys. My. Yeah, D-Knight. Yeah, encore my. Oh, actually, you encore my D-Knight. So you let this heat wave happen. That's interesting. Well, they're not gonna get the switch that they want, so this isn't the worst. But I feel like you're going to flip turn the slot on the right, invest. Actually, no. You might not because this protects. What is the play then? I kind of just have to do this and swap. But maybe I don't protect Dragonite there. I probably don't protect Dragonite there, actually. I should probably just let it fade. Oh, okay. So what is this then? Is this Wave Crush? Yeah, it's Wave Crush. Oh. Interesting. So what does this mean? If you're locked in the Wave Crash now, I could protect Rock Slide, but the turn after it's a little bit hard. You wouldn't want to encore me into... Yeah, you wouldn't want to encore me into Weather Ball. Okay. Finished, So you're trying to heal it out of Weather Ball range? Do you target arrow? Do you target arrow? Huh? 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're back in the game. We're back in the fucking game. We're back in the fucking game. It's one more turn. It's one more turn. It's one more turn of sun though. It is only one more turn of sun. Oh, but they can set light screen back when they're back though. Yeah, they can set light screen when they're back. I don't know how back we are. We may not actually be that back, to be fair. Chat, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something a little bit wacky. I'm just gonna relish in the free will I have when it comes to switching turns for now. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. True. Truth nuke. That's what they say. Right, so Basket Legion could come in and start clicking Aqua Jet is the problem, right? Huh? Why do you go Gengar here? What's the play? I mean, the play is to spam the hell out of Earthquake, right? Obviously, but like, what are you doing here? What's your vision? This Pokemon can't be switched out. Oh, that's your vision. Okay, I see. Well, how do you KO me? I mean, you probably protect Machagacha, but are you actually gonna be able to do that? Do you live this? They're betting on living this heat wave right now. Oh, okay. Well, they bet correctly, I guess. Well, I probably just need to like protect there then. Because Orb is gonna Orb and Machagacha will take me out. If they connect Machagacha. They connect both. D-Knight, I love you. D-Knight, I love you so fucking much. D-Knight, I love you. I love you, D-Knight. D-Knight, oh my god, I fucking love you, bro. I love you, D-Knight. I love you. I love you, D-Knight. I love you so fucking much, bro. Oh my god. D-Knight, 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 D-Knight. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. I've seen... Oh, actually, no. No. Okay, what do we do here? Like, actually, though. Is there swapping out? No, I need to give myself options. Is there swapping Gengar out for Basket Legion right now? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Well, this is actually pretty bad now. Dude. Did they get a double protect? Or am I just... They got a double protect. Oh, okay. I think that was a double protect, yeah. So now they outspeed with both of their Pokemon and... Okay, alright. Well... Alright, sure. Why not? Was that actually double protect? Yes or no? Let me see. Was it actually? It was a double protect, yeah. Okay, alright. You know what? I can take solace in that. I can take solace in that. My opponent had to get multiple double protects to make this game a game for them, you know? I can take solace in that. That's like, sometimes we get unlucky, and that's okay. But I played really well. Sure, like some turns I could have played better, right? But even through mistakes, I still forced them to get lucky. And you know, I'm okay with that. That's shit with me. I think next time, like, we've learned, we're living and we're learning, as they say. I still think the team is great, and you know, still GG to my opponent. They're playing a strategy that is objectively, you know, really hard, doubly hard in mono type. And you know, I think I played pretty well. I still think I played pretty well. Sometimes Pokemon will, you know, it will give and it will take. And all I know is that sometimes it gives to me too. It gives to me too. I won't sit here and act like sometimes, you know, Pokemon throws me a bone, and like when it does, I'll take it, you know? Then my opponent got the bone, but you know, next time, who can say? Who can say? Alright, let me report the scores real quick. That was... I would say though, I think that was still one of the better games I played against a high level Parish player. Since, like, just as a... Ooh. Yeah, it's still going. As a player. Oh, hell yeah. As a player, Paris has been difficult for me to face off against, but that was one of the better sets I played against it, and I think I objectively put myself in really good positions to succeed. Like, even the first game where they got the double Parish, I still made it difficult for them to do what they wanted to do. So games like that show that, okay, I am getting better at not only the good parts of my gameplay, but also my weaknesses, and that's important to me. That is important. Alright, I'm gonna message my my opponent something real quick. My opponent here, my next round opponent. Hey. Okay. Chat. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Ruin's asking round 6 is not supposed to start. The bot is designed to go until either midnight or until all the players finish their sets. That is its design at base. Usually when we've done these nights, each round is taken roughly the match timer, which is an hour. But what is unique about tonight is that it's taking a lot less time to finish the sets than usual. I did not set the config. I tried to set to the config itself to 4 before turning on the bot on like midnight, since like just generally having a round cap is like a good thing, but I couldn't figure it out. Like I said, I just couldn't figure it out. So it's currently uncaps, but I'll let them rock this round. I actually want to watch one of the sets that everyone does. I'll look for a spicy set. Mick wasn't Helix. Ooh. Gas says ending this after this round will be about midnight. Yeah, more or less, like 12:15-ish EST. What I will do though, I'll force close. I'll force finish the session for tonight after this round, because I don't want to scam these players out of their round 6, because this could be a very pivotal round for them. However, after this, I will close the session for tonight. I'll ask the players that placed in the top 4 if they want to do a top cut brackets. Alrighty, chat, are y'all excited? We're gonna get to watch a set. I haven't like full casted a Pokemon set before, so I'm super interested to see how these players face off. We're watching Helix. We're actually watching 2 of my previous opponents, since you know we fought some damn good players on our Tony run, chat. Like fighting both Helix and Mick West. Like that's awesome. That is amazing, amazing. All right, let me tap in. We tap into the room. The room. Is this thing in top half? I just want to do top 4, and then like if people are tied on points, I'll let them in as well. Top 4 is pretty typical for top cuts in general, for specifically Pokemon. Let me pull that up. Boom. I'm actually helping in their room. They made the room already, which is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's go. All right. Chat, who do y'all got bets on? Who y'all got bets? Who y'all got your bets on? On one end, let me show you guys the teams, because bets without knowing the teams is extremely hard. That's what is known as a coin flip. Let me show y'all what both players are cooking here. Let's show it off. First off, on the left corner here, on the right corner actually, on the right corner, we have the Steel type Monarch Mick West here, rocking a Mawile Aggron dual mega team. Now, most people did not have Aggron on their radars when it came to preparing for this tournament because it's just not a Pokemon that's thought about in standard competitive play at all. But it being paired with Mawile is super duper interesting here, having this bulky set of Pokemon that can be a win condition against opponents that don't have super effective damage for it, and a Mawile which is there to just immediately provide a lot of great damage, a lot of great coverage. It's really nice. I like their cook. The opponents here, the opponent we just previously faced here, Helix, rocking the Pairs Song, but also has that Annihilate, which we did not see in the previous sets. Here's to see if they bring it here. Alright, first turn of the bouts here, we're gonna see the Gengar Sableye lead. I have noticed that when this lead is done, Helix is usually going to be going for a Fade Out Perish. I think they did actually almost every single time except for the one time where they did protect the Bait Encore. So let's drink soda. Got you. I can like really drink soda now. I can like fully lock in those soda through gold. Delicious. Big out into Cluffy. That Cluffy does have no protect. So it's White Skin will get denied there as the Perish goes off. Oh, this is really important. I have a feeling that our countdown might have gone for Electroshock here. No, it goes to Flash Cannon just in case. Okay, I like that call. And we're going to be seeing a shit ton of damage. That's 63%. A lot of damage. We did see how positioning Gengar got a lot more delicate as its HP got low. So being in a spot where we're getting this kind of damage on Gengar early is quite nice. We're gonna see the Rain Dance actually go off. Our countdown could be going. Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing about playing against Perish, Trap, and Encore Disable at the same time. If you walk into a move you really do not want to walk into, all of a sudden you can be put really far behind. That plus the Perish Song is just very devastating for certain players to deal with and certain teams to deal with as well. Yeah, the rain is up, but we're not able to go for Electro Shot until this Gengar is off the field. Granted, the Gengar is in a lot of trouble, so that won't necessarily be a hard thing to do. However, the Sinister coming back in means that we're going to get at least a little bit of hospitality boost. We could survive another Flash Cannon, but here's the Encore Disable Lock. An absolutely enormous thing to go for here. Foul Play will connect into the Sinister, but not that Sableye. This is a really good spot for our for Helix's POV here. Because now the key damage threat, the key damage dealer of McWest's team is now just completely off the board. You will be able to struggle, release a little bit of damage, but this is absolutely a spot you want to be in if you are Helix right now. Now, granted, I don't necessarily think things are over here. One thing this Cluffy could do is go for Trick Room to allow its Mawile in the back. Yeah, exactly. Think about it, guys. While we did lose our primary damage dealer in that Arcaludon, if we can get a knockoff into the Gengar, we are going to one-shot it as Mawile. It's either a 1-hit KO or just like a very near 1-hit KO. The problem is just like getting there, right? Because We still have to play around all of the Encores. We have to play around the Disables. This is not a friendly environment for Mara to be able to just close the gap on that Gengar. I don't think it's impossible by any means, but how we do it is going to be a very important thing. Hope y'all are doing amazing, by the way, chat. Hope y'all are doing amazing. One moment, chat. One moment. One momento. I'm gonna disappear and then reappear. Watch this. This is what is called a magic trick in the biz. Oh, W magic trick, chat. Absolute magical trickery. That's it. I just got boots. They just got boots. Chat, I'm gonna eat more cookies. I'm gonna cookie moo. It's actually chat. Should I eat the rest of my sandwich, or should I eat the rest of my cookies right now? What should I do first? These both are options. This sandwich is very fucking good, by the way. It's a beautiful sandwich. It has this really yummy set of greens. There's actually some jalapenos as well for a lot of spice. Not too many jalapenos, but just like a few of them to get that kick. There is chicken as well, and there's fries on the side. Oh, it says cookie trust. Oh, we're going cookies first? I already bet. We're going cookies and lemonade first. All right, I'm down for this. We're gonna dive in. Chat, this is a very risky position for McWest here, mainly since there is only 2 more turns of Trick Room left as we see. However, by the time the Trick Room ends, Gengar will be on the field. Oh no. 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 Chat, this looks like a good turn. This looks like a good turn. The big problem though. Oh, actually, no, this is fine. This could be fine. This could be fine. This could be fine. This could be fine. Yeah, this could actually be fine. It's scary, but it could be okay. This could be hashtag okay. Aquaf gonna one-hit KO the Basket Legion. Wait, they didn't protect. They didn't protect. The Gengar didn't protect. Wait, what? No, the Gengar didn't protect. Wait, do we think this will KO? It doesn't get. Oh no. I see what happened, chat. I see what happened. The Basket Legion doesn't have protect. It can't run protect because it's Choice Scarf. And Choice Scarf, amazing item in every other context that is not Trick Room. When you add in these other elements of speed control, Choice Scarf becomes a lot less valuable, and you really begin to wish that you had that protect. Here we clearly saw that with the knockoff into the Basket Legion, saw it getting that 1-hit KO, and then Empoleon also going for that flash cannon into Gengar. Wow. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about Pair's Trap. If you invest super hard into your Pair's Trap setup, if Gengar just takes too much damage, or if you're fighting a Pokemon that just one-shots Gengar and continuously threatens that one-shot, it becomes so much harder. Like, you can get ahead, but the play has to be so precise, so pre-planned that it ends up being okay. You know, a lot of people glaze Wolfglick for being the #1 competitor for putting Parish Trap on the map. And putting Parish Trap on the map when there was no real viable Parish Song and Parish Trap Pokemon. Here we have Mega Gengar, and you know, a lot of players are, you know, me included, beginning to see just how technical it really is to improve at the strategy. And granted, right, like Marco Silva, right? Marco Silva? Yeah, Marco Silva did win a regional using Parish Trap with Gengar, and you know, outplaying absolutely hell out of his opponents to do it. But wow, if there is one strategy that is difficult in this game, it's definitely Parish Trap. This is end of day 3D? 3-3? GG! How would your run go, Bagel? Like, what were the ups and the downs of it? This 3-3 is pretty good. 3-3 is pretty darn good. Pretty curious on how we got to this space. If Outplay and the Gengar are going to be doing a third. Because this is my nightmares. I can definitely see Mawile being a problem Pokemon for a lot of teams in this tournament. I got a bit fortunate with my matchup in the Mawile having the Charizard. Like, I think Charizard was just like a phenomenal call into a lot of the top teams. I really think Flying was just like the call for the tournament, honestly. It was so incredible to have Flying as a type here. But what are you like avoiding? If it's not Fire and it's not Flying, there is no Charizard, right? And to that end, Mawile just does so much damage into so many Pokemon in the format. I really think the combination of Klefki Mawile is super interesting. And I can see why, like, pretty much, I think every single Steel team had it. Every single Steel type team that I fought, which is like, it was two, like, it was a significant amount. We fought two of them and two of them in a row, had that Mawile Klefki combo. And our Cowdon to use Rain Net's Electro Shot. Definitely really strong. Anarchy says I never do a win stop. And he says it was really, really fun though. I learned a lot today on team building. That's awesome, Anarchy! That's awesome! Dude, that's what it's about. Team building is so much fun. I really enjoy this tournament from a building perspective, but I'm glad you saw it as well. It's really one of those things about the game where it's an art and a science. It's so much fun. I have to say both of the teams here, I'm just gonna temporarily disappear to show it off. Like, both of the teams here are very interesting from a building perspective, because on the left side, you have this team that can run Parish Trap with the Gengar and the Sableye. You can see there in the center, but also Annihilate. We haven't seen Annihilate at all, but Annihilate with Sableye Fake Out and with Sinisha can really be disruptive. It can be a really good Pokemon to set up and let it take over a game. It's just so interesting. Team building and giving yourself options is just so important. It is literally, it can honestly be half the battle in itself. If you don't have a team that's, you know, great into the tournament you're playing, it becomes so much harder to win. Like, way, way, way harder. And that's just such a unique thing about Pokemon, where compared to other competitive games, a significant amount is done before the tournament even begins. Like if you're playing a shooter, for example, right? A lot of how you do in a shooter is going to be your strategy in the moment, and it's going to be your mechanics in the moment. With Pokemon, it's more like, how did you prepare? Because there is that chance that you prepared so well that nearly every single matchup you find is just like a total walk in the park. And if you get that situation, you can go so far in the tournament run, like ridiculously far. Just being able to make the call for a tournament is just, it's so satisfying, and it's so rewarding. It's so cool. Luffy says, I introduced you to number 6, and which happened in Team Builder. He needs to survive and Tardivar would help so much over combine uses. Oh, I feel that. Mystical Fire definitely seems important. Oh, what team though? Were you running Mono Fairy or Mono Psychic? Because if it's Mono Fairy, then like, yeah, I can totally see that. Fairy? Yeah. Just a way to hit the Pokemon that Fairy types can usually hit. I can definitely see that. Oh, big trade there. Big trade. He says also to steal 2 bugs to start. Oh, so we just saw like 3 matchups where it's like literally, like actually genuinely literally Mystical Fire hits were super effective. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot of steel types. Oh my gosh. Henry says I need a priority stuff real bad. Like what kind of priority? Like extreme speed, like rage powder, like priority damage, or stuff like Follow Me, for example, which is like supportive and lets you redirect attacks. Oh, chat, we have a game 3. We have a game 3 on our hands, chat. We have a game 3. Oh my god. Dude, Perish Trap is sick. This strategy is a roller coaster. Like one game can look so Jover and then it can look so back at the same time. It is insane. It is so insane. Sarkis Hunter Fossil wins. Where's his actual wins? Oh. Yeah, that can definitely be a. I can see why you are thinking that it's a building thing then. It's like it sounds like the matchups you won, you really knew how to take the tools that you had and pilot them to a win. But then on the other hand, when there were spots where the tools were a lot more limited, it sounded like it was really difficult to figure out what would be the path to victory. That is interesting. That's very interesting. Henriky says I'm not sure, to be honest, mostly just stuff that lets me hit first. Henriky, this is what I'll do. Could you send me your Poke Paste? Because I can help give some my point of view, some of my pointers on ways to make it easier for you to move first. Because it can be difficult. Being able to move first is one of the most important parts of a team, and it can be really finicky figuring out what to change around to let that happen. So I'd be down to look at it. Just send the Poke Face and then we'll talk about it after this game. Also, chat, I'm gonna take some bites of my sandwich real quick. I'm gonna take some Sammy bites. The sandwich is gonna be so fucking good. So fucking good. Oh, chat, you see that? This is one of the first times I've seen Helix not lead Gengar so far this tournament. This is so interesting. Oh, oh my God, Chad, you see that play? Oh my God. 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 Chat. The clef key went for Trick Room, right? It went for Trick Room so that our Cowdog could move before the Goldango, which is a totally understandable play. But the problem is, it still needed to go for Rain Dance. Because it didn't go for Rain Dance before, it had to Rain Dance that turn, but on that turn, Sableye went for that Encore. And that completely, we can see it's actually derailing McWest's offense. Dude, that's such a play. Phenomenal play. Like, actually incredible play. Oh my gosh. That's spectacular. That's very impressive. But that's 7 turns of 7 turns of widescreen left. Let's continue to be up for the rest of the game. Oh my gosh. Helix locked in, chat. Helix really locked in. Not that she wasn't before, but that play is spectacular right there. Okay, hard swap to their Mawile here. It's a very defensive turn by McWest, trying to just get back into position and start sweeping. As your fight goes up, very fair, very fair. Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! Helix is walked the fuck in, chat. We read the Protect, we called out the Trick Room Encore, and we secured 2 1-hit KOs onto the damage carries. This is just, oh yeah, and the Protect locked. Oh wow. Yeah, Helix played out of their minds this game. This is like actually incredible. Hats off. This is fantastic Pokemon right there. Really good stuff, Helix. Wow. GG. Very good. Very good. Alright, I want to see what the top 4 ranking players were for the night. I want to take a look at that. I'm very curious on that. Muy curiosa. Oh. Right there we go. Oh. Okay. Let me see. Chat, I need to do some math. I need to do some emergency math real quick. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I'm not able to do it. Let me see. Actually, no, mathematically. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Alright, I'm gonna send a fun little message. You guys are gonna get to see me type this message live to everyone for playing incredibly well tonight. It was so much fun to play and to watch that last set. That was a banger last set. Oh my god. So GG's everyone. Thanks so much for playing. And we send acts to the players that placed in the top 4, which Ginger is Midwest, Helix, Mistia, and Bridget, aka Emoji. Huge congrats on placing in the top 4. You all did a phenomenal job choosing your teams and going the distance with them. And I'm so happy everyone had fun playing this session, from building either for fun or for doing your darndest to make a great team. We're gonna host a session like this again soon. Stay tuned. There we go. You guys like that? You guys like that? That's a tough announcement, no? That's tough. That's tough. That's awesome. Alright, da 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 da. We send hell yeah. Let me see. Chat, we're still typing. You guys like this? At least it's keyboard ASMR. You can't really go wrong with keyboard ASMR. You guys don't like it. We're discussing about some Top Cut right now. And I get asked, will there be future events? Yeah, we're gonna be doing this a ton. And if you're in the stream, oh my gosh, you guys have to join the Discord. You'll have to join the Discord if you're not on the stream. It's so much fun here. This is the place to be for Pokemon champions, for keeping up with the content, keeping up with the fun stuff that we're doing. You gotta tap in here. We're discussing some top 4 stuff. Who says we 3 between Hanarchy, Mick West, and Livy? We'll continue joining these together. That's awesome. I'm really happy you 3 enjoyed it so much. That's great. Here's the we 3. That's really funny. Chat, this is so immersive. We're looking at Discord messages in Twitch and voicing them out loud. This is really funny. That's a lot of fun. Let me see emoji set real quick before we out for the night. When it says the top cut is tomorrow night, count me in. Interesting, okay. Chat, this was so much fun. This is so much fun. We're gonna solve that top cut situation for another day. We'll get all that sorted, but at least for now, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the stream. It was a blast getting to play a unique format like this, a single type of mono type tournament like it. You don't see much of this on Twitter. You don't see much of this kind of format in general, but we clearly saw it led to some very dynamic off the rails game. I had some insanely close sets that really pushed my skills, and I hope you all had a blast seeing the tension, seeing the neck and neck nature of these sets. So GG's everyone, I hope you all had a blast watching. We are going to raid into a fellow Pokemon champion streamer, everybody. I hope y'all are ready to show the Donuts love, the Donuts hearts, show the support to the stream that we're about to raid. We gonna ask Little Cup and Showdown next. I don't stream on Pokemon Showdown. I might eventually, but it just... Ugh. I think it's a cool ass game though. I think it's a very cool game. Alright, so what the hell? I think that Pokemon Champions in what the see, I am very tired, chat. This is a great time to raid in somebody. Guys, we're raiding an Ender. If y'all don't know Ender, oh my gosh. You guys don't know the NAIC champion? This player, chat, this player won the North American International Championships for Pokemon Unite, and he has placed really high up in Master Ball tier in Pokemon Champions itself. So just all around, big fan, big diehard fan of Pokemon. One of the best to ever do it. Show Ender some love. This is the raid message. I am gone.